Hello. I hope everything's working all right. Um, hey everyone. 5 years. Honestly, I can't believe that. 5 years of Battle for Nothing. Um, the show started 5 years from, I guess, 2 days from now. So July 23rd, 2019. And I remember Battle for Nothing was only supposed to ever have one episode. Um, and it was just going to be part 1, which released on July 23rd, and then the next part that's a few weeks later. And then I just kept going. I had a motivation to make an entire show, and I did it. And now it's been 5 years of that. I might need to lower my audio a bit. The stream and I guess me are delayed, so I'm just getting all of your hello messages now. Hey everyone that's here. I appreciate you all. Yeah. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to Battle for Nothing. Hey, I am very sorry about that. My uh internet went haywire. I had to fix some things. Hopefully it's gonna be better now. I'm not sure if anything changed on your end, but I in essence stopped being able to access the I guess streaming settings panel. Um Everything should be good now. Let's respond to a few of these messages. I'm sorry. This is a pretty poor stream start. Um, Hopefully things will get better. Um, let's see. So yeah. Hello everyone. People talking about how long they've been around for. Um, Yeah, BFN without lore or world building would be weird. I think so. I think that's one of the few things that makes Battle for Nothing stand out as an object show. So yeah, I think that the things would definitely be different um, without building there. We got people talking about when they join here for 5 years. That's great. 5 more years. That's a lot to ask for. Spike Showdown, haha, funny joke. Elemental Squad 2, haha, funny joke. I'm sorry that 1 sec. Again, pretty slow start to the stream. I use Blender. I do not use Blender. Sorry, I'm trying to get things worked out. I know I'm not providing much commentary here, but there's a lot of problems right now. Well, they can't hear you quite yet, Variety. You can hear me though, right? Okay, cool. All right. Hopefully things are working a bit better now. Yes, Variety is here. I will provide you guys access to his lovely voice now.
Among Us 2.
Yeah, that's a reference.
Watch the last 3 hours stream.
I really hope everything's working right now, because it hasn't been. Hopefully everyone can hear me well enough, and we can actually start the stream.
I've been here the whole time.
He has been here the whole time. I just provided him access to speak. So yeah, I guess oh yeah, I do use Filmora. Where is BFBA A5? Very good question. That's it. So yeah, I guess I'll be talking about a little bit what we're going to be doing in this stream. We're going to be going over Battle for More Nothing, every episode out thus far, excluding episode 1. I think we're going to skip over it because we did that in the 3-year Battle for Nothing live stream.
Yeah, we spent like 3 hours doing that.
Yeah. So I think that it would be a bit repetitive to do it again, because I've said, even though I think I could provide an interesting hindsight or retrospective, I think that it would be better for both time's sake and sanity's sake for me to only go over the episodes that have not been commentated on yet. If you are a member of my Discord server, I'm sure a lot of people here are, you'll know that I have done commentaries on episodes before, in using the stage feature. I've done episode 2 and 3, I believe, but I've yet to do 4 and 5, which are both plans. So yeah, I'm gonna go over all of those. I'm gonna be providing a bit of insight, a bit of personal take and retrospective on each of the episodes. Variety's here too for both.
Yeah. By the way, Spike, you better show the green screen dimension.
Oh yeah. I'll reference. I'll talk about the green screen dimension. We need BFBA 5. We need a conclusion to the 2018 Spike Animations era. If that's what you guys really want, then maybe you should watch a different YouTuber. Saying there's no data coming to the stream. Is that true?
Hopefully not.
Alright. I think it's good again. If it's glitching out, guys, let me know, because then I gotta do some serious revisions. Boom! There's the guy. Also, you did BFN 7. Yeah, I did do BFN 7. Unless you're not talking to me. Well, for one of the commentaries, you have to switch to a VC due to audio issue. Yeah, that was true. So hopefully, auditory issues, visual issues won't be a problem here, if YouTube and my Wi-Fi and my computer all mutually cooperate. I'm
looking at the stream right now, and I know there's a delay, but I checked the audio, so this is like a while. So unless you didn't like move over to streaming your YouTube yet, then we can't see it.
What do you mean you can't see it?
Well, it's still showing the 5 years of Battle for Nothing, like
It might be a bit
desktop,
it might
whatever.
be a bit delayed. It should be a bit delayed.
Okay, there. Yeah, no. Okay, I just checked and it's worth it. Yeah, it just I heard you talking about like reviewing the episode before you like apparently switched like
Oh,
whatever. It
okay.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's working.
So from now on, I'm just gonna assume everything's working properly, unless we get any complaints in the chat. So
Yeah,
yeah, variety too. If you guys see anything going astray, going wrong, I need you there to help me so we could get, because I only live stream once a year at best. Sometimes I skip years because I'm busy watching the Barbie movie in theaters.
Yearly.
So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, okay. Well, before it even starts, I guess we should talk about the name of the episode. Homeland Advantage is a play on the phrase, I guess, home field advantage. I like the name. I thought it was pretty clever.
You'll find as the review of this episode goes on, I'm not too fond of this particular episode.
I do want to mention, I guess, one more thing beforehand, that the challenge and I guess overall plot for BFMN2 switched hands several times. But we'll get more into that. Oh, what's your opinion on the song Empire State of Mind? That is an insanely good. I had that song on, no joke, I had that song on loop while I was animating this episode, because I was trying to get my head into that city field, you know? So listening to a song about New York City on loop really helped me. Oh, hold on a sec. I'm not forgetting about this again. The song's been playing in the background. I am muting that. I had that on for the entire stream last time, and that was terrible. So that's the type of stuff you guys got to tell me if I have music in the background while I'm trying to react to an episode. As you could tell, I'm not a professional. Using Homeland Advantage for the voting music was a good idea. I actually composed that song myself, and I named it after the episode. There's a fun fact. So yeah, let's get into this.
Oh, this is a good one. Never have I ever gotten into a car crash.
Oh, jeez. Totally
Yeah, so they're just playing like.
I'm legally not allowed to drive. Ooh,
So they're playing like a Never Have I Ever game. That's what the cards are. And Copyright actually pulls up one of those cards in the memory in BFMN 5. And Lighty's reference there, I'm legally not allowed to drive, is a reference to the unaired episode BFN TFS 4. So take that, what you will.
Oopa.
Yep, Wooly, with no legs, you'll be getting into plenty of those.
Alright, I think it's someone's bedtime. She'll need a lot of rest for tomorrow's trip.
Oh, right, we're taking the contestants back home for spring break. I even have the perfect challenge.
Very interesting fact about this. That line was changed. This episode released in April. The script was finished in October of the previous year. When I made the community post saying I wanted this episode to get done before the end of the year, I was being serious, but I became swamped with work. I quite literally was trying to work on the episode, and I only got through to before the elimination. And up until, so I animated basically the first 3 minutes of the episode before I could not find the time to work on it anymore. And up until that point, I was under the impression that this episode was going to be a Christmas special. They were going to be traveling to Homeland City for the holidays. But the episode got delayed 4 months, so it became spring break instead. It's a simple enough write-off. The original episode script wasn't really that festive anyway. There was barely any nods to the season, and I didn't feel like making any of the background snowy or anything anyway. So it was just, there was a few music choices that changed because of the episode's release. And after Christmas passed and the episode wasn't done, I was still like, oh, I'll just release the episode in January or February and I'll still make it Christmas themed. And then March happened. I'm like, yeah, this isn't happening. So that's why it's spring break instead. A lot of exposition to write off one line.
Challenge planned out. It's gonna be. I don't think she meant you.
And now it's no longer in HD quality. That's great. That really shows me the stream quality.
I miss Lady. I want to see more Lady.
I wonder where he is.
What? Sorry.
Surely
I didn't
not
know you were still awake.
dead.
I hope
I'm just
not.
putting Wooly to bed. Alright, knock yourself out. Sooner she's out, the sooner I can head to sleep. Thanks again for bunking with Lighty and Wooly. I know they're a handful, but despite Jade's renovations, the workshop still only has 2 bedrooms.
Holy not renovation, holy exposition, Saki. Yeah, the Jade renovated the workshop after he handed over the show for Baggy. Handed over the show to Baggy. The upgraded workshop was originally supposed to be shown in the first episode. There was gonna be a scene with the 4 hosts all sitting around on the couch together, and Baggy was gonna be stressing out because he didn't know how to start the season, and I couldn't get the scene to work. It just acted as, in the end, it acted as dead space. I couldn't work out how to make the scene work without it just serving really no purpose. I think that scene where Lighty comes on the speedboat and crashes onto the docks, and Baggy, Basket, Saki, and Wooly are all there, and they all kind of have a short interaction, I think that works a lot better for formally introducing the hosts rather than Baggy having a very out of character, I guess, stress attack. This entire scene, though, between Basket having a panic, or with Basket having a panic attack, was always planned for the second episode. I never wanted it in the first. I always wanted it in the second, because this is a key aspect of Basket's character. The fact that she basically hates herself and has regular panic attacks because of it is just who she is. And I always wanted that to be a part of this episode.
Don't sweat it. Beats having to sleep on eternal nothingness. I overheard your conversation with Baggy last night.
That's
I
a
know it
reference to
didn't
the Torn
necessarily
Apart short, where Basket and Baggy are talking on the couch together, and it confirms that short actually happened between episode 1 and 2.
the best choices, but he's trying
Uh-huh.
to make up for it. Wasn't that worth coming back? Just because I didn't want to be there doesn't mean I want to be here. Basket, you were practically dead. Not many other people get a second chance. No, that's what you guys don't understand. I spent my entire life on my own.
This is a really stupid fact, but that whiteboard I made, I guess when this episode came out, I made it 3 years prior. And I'd been using the same 3-year-old whiteboard forever. I have only changed it as of the most recent episode, episode 5, because it's a major part of the background. The stream got lower quality? Dang it. Guys, I'm trying my best here, I promise.
But I checked the audio, so this is like a while. So unless you didn't like move,
I guess I'll just keep rolling with what we got for now. I don't know how bad it's gonna get.
you don't need eyes anyway. Burn your retinas.
Yeah, just listen to me. Yeah, very.
Treat it like a podcast.
Yeah, character trauma dumping. Okay, is Spike. Okay, so this whiteboard. Yeah, this whiteboard is the bane of my existence because I just didn't feel like changing it. But when it became a major part of the background, I'm like, I gotta redraw it. I'll actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll just show it to you guys. It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. Except I have to watch an ad, of course. Yeah, this is just not cooperating. Maybe you're fated to not know what the whiteboard is. Yeah, there's the whiteboard. It looks marginally different, but I still changed it.
Second chance. No, that's what you guys don't understand. I spent my entire life on my own path, wronging no one so no one could wrong me.
This scene is a huge clarification of why Basket is the person she is today. Because all we knew about her from the last season was that she's sad. this season explains why she's sad.
When I tried to change, I was denied. That was my second chance.
Basket, in essence, feels wronged by the universe. Like, she's put in her effort and it hasn't yielded any results. So now she struggles to find the desire to put in more effort.
Now I am...
She's similar to her brother,
Which is a
but-
very realistic...
You could continue.
Anyway, as I was saying, Basket is a very realistic... You know, as I was saying, Basket is a very realistic portrayal of, like, mental health, like, poor mental health and depression and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah?
It's why Basket is my second favorite Battle for Nothing character. If you've watched the third birthday live stream, you'll know who my favorite Battle for Nothing character is. Or if you watched my reaction video, shameless plug, but
And
don't do that right now.
And I'm
That's
sure
the stream.
I'm sure later in the stream we will be revealed what your favorite character is once more. I'm just gonna keep
Of
playing.
course.
We kind of gotta get a
Faded
move
to
on.
be forgotten. You couldn't even remember my name when I got sent to...
Yeah, this is also from Torn Apart. I was too lazy to make another.
Basket? Baggy!
I heard a thud. What happened?
We were just talking and then she's having a panic attack. I get these when I'm out of power. We gotta wake her up.
Hey, Basket, can you hear me? It's me, dude. Please, wake up. What the?
Wooly? Who let her out of her?
Oh, my Basket, you're okay. Oh, I'm so happy you're okay. I don't know what I would have done if I lost you again.
Thanks.
So I think that scene is ever more relevant, given the context of episode 5. That kind of confirms that this is a regular occurrence, and it is only Wooly that is able to snap Basket out of that state. And that, in my opinion, is an important part of who Basket is. She needs her niece to feel as if she has a purpose.
Up and at 'em, enemies.
You have anything to say, Variety?
Up and at 'em.
Yeah, woo! It's my favorite character. It's my favorite girl boss, Corey from Battle for More Nothing. The only character that matters. The only character that matters.
That air horn is very. Why does their eyes glow when they're traumatized? I think of it more as like a reflection in their eyes. I'm not really sure why it happens to me. Just when I draw it that way, it makes them seem like they're. So that's why I do that. Willie has some insane parkour skills. She takes after her father. This air horn is very apparent throughout the entire season. Jade used it, I think, for the first time in episode 22. And then they used it, and then Baggy used it in the last episode, and now Corey's inherited it somehow. I like to think it's the same air horn, and she just swindled her way to get it from Baggy.
At 'em, enemies.
She stole it.
How long have I been out for?
She stole it.
The plane for Homeland will be here by the hour.
Yeah, and you'll need all the time you could get to carry our bags. Cigar said you'd be more than happy to. But no need to rush him. Everyone does things at their own pace.
Yeah, preferably under 15 minutes. See ya, Fry Guy.
Yeah, that scene perfectly summarizes the enemies. Just each of their characters and their approach to dealing with Fry.
You coming, Cigar?
Oh, that's an Among Us, by the way.
Where's the Among Us?
I'll straight up say there's a hidden Among Us.
Scott.
You coming, Cigar?
There's a hidden Among Us in every single battlefield, and a hidden Among Us, because Among Us appears again this episode, but that's not hidden. But there is a hidden Among Us every single episode. I'm gonna try to respond to the
I'd say-
chat.
In this episode.
Variety, you are kind of going in and out. It sounds like you're going underwater. Just to respond.
Sorry.
Continue.
Sorry. But yeah, no. Let me. There's one thing I want to respond to real quick, which
Yeah,
is someone asked, "Did I recommend Top Hat to be added?" No, I did not.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Top
the
was
original,
not my character.
the original recommender of
The-
Top
the
Hat
original
is credited
recommender
in every
of Top
episode.
Female.
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
true.
wasn't the original recommender for Top? Didn't they recommend them to be female?
Yeah, and I ignore them completely. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to keep this stream under 3 hours just to respond to the chat.
That's sir to you. I'll catch
Good luck.
up in a minute.
Yes, sir. Wait a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, great.
Now, Mr. Teddy, I know this will be our first time apart in a
Very,
long
very
time.
similar to the knife trophy thing from Inanimate Insanity, but it deviates in that Fry handles it a different way. So
Yeah. Also, if you notice anything different about Fry's voice from this episode to BFMN 1, then first of all, good ear. But second of all, that's because I voiced Fry for the, 2.5 lines he had in BFMN 1, and in BFMN 2, you voice him.
yeah, there was that changing of roles because you did a great job, but I wanted to go in a different direction with the character. That's at the core of it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a question for you, Variety. Said Variety on that horror movie Unfriended?
Dude, actually, Unfriended is Unfriended is such a weird movie to me
I have never
because
seen it.
it's not good, but I like it a lot. It's not good. Weird aspects that just it's not even funny bad. It's if anything, it's objectively mediocre, but it just has a lot of stuff I like about it. So that's my take on the movie Unfriended. I like the sequel better.
All right.
Unfriended 2,
Know
Dark
that I
Web.
will miss you for every second we're
In
apart.
my opinion.
I promise we
I
will
also
skip
like
our
that
tea
Cigar
parties
puts
in a
on his
weekly
TLC
fashion.
crown.
Are you sure you can handle her? Please, it's only for a few hours. We'll be at your parents by dinner, alright? Thanks again. The plane will be here in 5, folks.
What? A plane? But what about all the dangers of the sky? Maritime explorations are a plane?
So that line, the will be at your parents by dinner. It means that the memory in BFMN was likely before or definitely before dinner, but after this scene. So she probably put Wooly to bed for a nap and then woke them up, and then they took a helicopter or whatever to Homeland.
Again. The plane will be here in 5, folks.
What? A plane? But what about all the dangers of the sky? Maritime explorations are historically more dangerous. Well, isn't someone allowed to have a fear of heights?
Would you look at that? The almighty iPod is scared of something.
A few things. One, I was very sick when I recorded the lines for this episode, and I don't think it's that evident, except it definitely is with iPod. I can barely do iPod's voice this episode. It just strained my voice so much that you could definitely tell that I was sick. And then we also have Keycard, that reference that, and then they're going to reference Laptop and the director's disappearance.
No one wants to add on to that?
Yeah, it's.
And that's Variety.
Should have chimed in there.
Come to think of it, I've lacked a certain hatred
It's
these past
me.
couple of months. Oh, Laptop and the director.
What? You guys never
I like that
recovered
single
them?
note
How come
from
you
keyboard.
didn't?
Alright, contestants, assemble your...
Also, iPod did recover them. He said Xbox, PlayStation, Palma, and the other ones. And Baggy only recovered keyboard because, as he's about to say, Laptop and the director are not dead.
And prepare for departure.
Hey, Baggy, some of us.
And Dust Bunny's just a
have
terrible
forgotten to
team
bring
captain.
numbers back.
Well, you will make in the next challenge.
Well, looks like we'll need Cork back after all. Sorry, Pod.
Yeah, whatever. Baggy, recover all the people whose deaths were ambiguous or whatnot. Alright.
Ah!
Very
Baggy,
smooth. I like how
you're
that's
wrong.
animated.
Cork died last episode too. And some of ours, but you don't have to recover them if you don't want to. Nope. If they didn't pop out at me, they're not dead.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Which means some of you are gonna have to stay back and look for them. But even if
That
we
box
do,
from
how
the
are we-
last episode is still there.
Which means some of you are gonna have to stay back and look for them. But even if we do, how are we gonna...
The keycard line there reminds me of Bookmark's attitude to
That it is.
Maybe. BFN 11 and BFN 12. Yeah. I think people are very inclined to dislike iPod just because of how poor of a leader he is. So people tend to adopt that attitude towards him, just due to his general incompetence.
To travel tens of miles in time for the challenge.
I mean, I could, but you know.
Here, use this insta-warp. But don't use it until all your members are accounted for. Fine.
Ooh, I've always loved
Yeah, I didn't feel like drawing a plane.
plane rides. With Goldie, we might be able to afford a first-class spot. Oh, good grief.
Actually, I have a special...
And Tile is really, really sadistic. He just wants to use Goldie as a form of currency. Even though laptop dies after a 3-foot drop. Well, if you drop your laptop into the water, it's not gonna break. But if you drop it on the floor, it's also not gonna. You know what? Don't question me.
window seat for each of you. Oh, that sounds great. Ah, this is not what I thought he meant at all.
I forgot what that's a reference to. That's a reference to something. Dang it. Ah. Oh, that's Astif movie. That's a reference to Astif movie. The one where the guy says goodbye world, and then the Earth says, "Oh, that is not what I thought he meant by that at all." Yeah. Is there a BFMN wiki?
Yeah,
You can. There's not a wiki, but you can check the website. It's in the description of every video. And the new Pyre Die intro.
Gold diggers. With the absence of an elimination room, we've had to improvise.
So the reason for making the Gold Diggers suffer like this for an elimination is because I didn't know where else to do it. Because I didn't want to do it in the elimination room again. I couldn't because canonically Vroom has taken over the Gold Digger or the elimination room for their own. And I didn't think of the idea for the elimination theater yet. So I'm like, how can I make this funny? They're dangling out of a plane. This number, the number of the plane, has changed. This is the same helicopter from the finale, but the number has changed to instead reference Battle for Nothing's birthday. I like the idea from the last episode, like Volcano and Glassy being filled with water. Yes, I like that too. Whoops.
Yeah,
Also, I made my own pie. I don't just steal it from BFB now.
we can tell.
In this special aerial elimination, the 7 of you who receive the least votes will get a slice of pie, while the most voted competitor
Why did the method of reading contestant votes change in BFMN? That's a very good question. I'm going to come back to that when the actual contestant votes happen.
will plummet to the
Oh, also, in this little graphic, I purposefully made it so it was Unity that was the one that was quote-unquote eliminated because she was the first confirmed as safe, so people would know this is not accurate at all.
ground beneath.
Oh my calculus, at an altitude this high, the velocity of that fall would have to be fatal.
Well, lucky for Unity, she is the first one safe at 1 vote, as well as Bush and Gold.
Oh, really? Yeah, really? It was
I also like...
Apparently Unity was wrong about that as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, they landed on Poca, at least. Oh, no, wait. You're right. No, Tile and Bookmark did not die. Yeah. Unity's quick math. She's not good at quick maths, I guess. I also like how now the pie is actually, like, you could see it moving. Like, in the last season, it just, like, appeared in front of the contestants. But now you can literally, like, for Unity, you see it being thrown from there, and I like that. And I do this kind of purposely. The pie is thrown from all different directions, even though that's like feasibly impossible because Baggy's in a very like set location. I think it's funny.
And Gold.
It also makes animating easier.
Oh, really? Yeah, really? It was Goldio weighing us down.
Yeah, he calls same as the last episode. He calls him Goldio. A weird nickname that sounds like Galileo. Don't ask me why. Bro took Pyre Die to the next Pyre Die to the next level. Yes, that is true. Unity says that, and when they fall, they are all safe. Yeah, that's what Variety just said. Quick math. She's not good at it.
And though his executor, Brick is also safe at 3 votes. Nice!
Oh, that was Pogbrick.
It was Goldio weighing us
3
down.
return. And though his executor, Brick is also safe at 3 votes.
So Brick was originally supposed to do this face in the first episode, but the scene got cut, so I repurposed it for this episode.
Nice! With 3 returners and 1 newbie, it just so
Yeah, Google Slides to film Mora glow up. Yeah, that is very true.
happens that said newbie is safe at 5 votes.
Ah, what?
As is Bookmark, with double at 10. But
I'll be honest, I'm surprised Bookmark got as many votes as he did. I thought he was going to be one of the first safe, because I thought he was more liked than he actually was. But people thought he was boring, and they're right.
Tile and Blocko are our bottom 2, ironically being eliminated back-to-back last season.
Whatever, it's not like it matters. We'll still be alpha men no matter what.
What? And the
Yeah, I like that alpha men.
first contestant eliminated from the battle for More Nothing is Tile.
Oh yeah, not getting me out that easily is shame.
So yeah, I did think that I did think Tile was gonna get out. In hindsight, I kind of regret Tile getting out. I mean, there's nothing I could have really done to change it, but maybe I should have made the Gold Diggers lose first, because I do really like Tile and Blocko as characters and their dynamic with each other. But I think that it was great enough in BFN in BFMN1 to carry their relationship without Tile needing to stay in the game.
Guess I'll have to spend my days in an isolated paradise. Beam me away, Baggy.
The TLC was destroyed,
Oh, right.
so we'll just have to send you right back to your family in the suburbs.
What? Not Till, Tyler, Tylee, Marble, Sarah, and Tile Sr.
So yeah, Tile says his family. Till, Tyler, Tylee, Marble, Sarah, and Tile Sr. is all of his family. He has his younger brothers, Till and Tyler, and then his older sisters, Tylee and Marble, and then his parents, Sarah and Tile Sr. Sarah is spelled S-E-R-A, short for ceramic. Yeah. Originally, Tile was going to go on this whole, like, tirade about, how, like he was going to be like, I've been in the shadows for my entire life with my family, and the viewers repay me like this, eliminating me. I think it was unnecessary, and that's when Unity was originally gonna be like, Baggy was gonna be like, what was he gonna say? I'm gonna send you all back to your parents in the suburbs. So instead of Tile saying that, Unity was gonna be like, oh, those parents. Because in episode 5 of the last season, she forgot that they had parents. But that's referenced later in the episode, so I made up for it. Where are the ropes connected to? The plane. Even though the other contestants are not on the plane at this moment, they're still using the plane to have the, or to hoist the Gold Diggers on. Turn the captions on? Sure. They're not very good because I didn't do them manually. I just noticed how short Bookmark's legs are. I didn't do that on purpose.
Tis a fate worse than death.
Any last words, Tile?
Well, considering I bought a plane ticket, this time I can actually say I want a refund.
That's a reference to the last season where Tile's last words before getting eliminated were, I want a refund.
Does it look like we're made of money?
You are a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Hasta la vista, Tile. Now,
Tile should have named his entire extended family. That would be really funny. It would probably just be a lot of Tiles. Till, Tyler, Marble, Sarah, Tile Sr., Tile, 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 and Tile Jr.
use your tablets to vote for someone else you want sent flying.
Oh boy, this again? Well, this won't be a hard
I forget to close Bushy's mouth.
choice.
Don't be so sure, Blocko, since we're adding a spin on the contestant votes this season. Now, the person who receives the least votes from the viewers will receive immunity in the contestant votes. Since Unity was the last person to receive her vote, she will gain immunity.
Oh,
This was originally going to be said at the end of the first episode, but I didn't think it was very necessary, and I'll explain it right now. I did this so we wouldn't have a panty incident again, so that the fan favorite character of each team guarantees staying in each time, and I think that's very good. Originally, I was going to do it so that you could save and eliminate, and whoever saved got immunity, and whoever got eliminated lost, but, you know, whatever. Is that a Top Hat reference? I'm guessing they're talking about multi-billion-dollar corporations. Yeah.
oh, sweet.
Guys, I hate to be that person, but I can't be in a show without Tile. It would be like you being without Bush, or you being without Bush, or you being without Bush.
Ironically, Bush is gone. I forgot to draw him. And yeah, I think this joke is very funny. Just assuming that all three of them, I mean, she is and he is, but Bookmark just is also friends with Bush, and he is not. He is not.
I think I'm losing the thread here. The point is,
Yeah,
I'd rather
it's
win nothing with
Very,
Dio
very
rather than
functional joke, I think.
Yeah.
more nothing without
Once
him.
again, everything before the challenge in this episode is honestly pretty good. And then the challenge starts and I fall asleep.
I get it, Bookmark, but this codependence isn't healthy, especially with Tile.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Immunity. I know what it's like to lose the person you care about most. You got my vote, Bookie. Yeah, whatever.
Well, fortunately, my hatred outweighs my empathy.
So you're able to infer early on who everyone's going to vote for. You know, Bookmark's going to vote for himself. You know, you don't know who Unity's going to vote for. Blocko agrees to vote for Bookmark. Copyright says his hatred outweighs his empathy, which means he's likely going to vote for Blocko. And then Brick confirms that he's going to vote for Bookmark. You can infer Goldie will vote with Copyright, which leaves it down to Unity and Bush. As many people hypothesized, despite what Blocko thought, Unity was the one who voted for Blocko, and Bush was the one who voted for Bookmark. But that is an intentional misdirection. That is what the actual vote went, but you're not supposed to know that in the context of this episode. It's incorrectly inferred that Bush was the one who voted for Blocko. And Blocko provides a reason as to why he thinks that in the next episode. Make the next BFM and a survival challenge. That's interesting. I don't think the immunity thing was said before, and it is not codependence. Is that a GD reference? I don't know.
Alright, your votes are in. First vote, Bookmark.
Okay, so now I'll answer the question about the format of contestant votes being read changing, because they did change, and it's because I think that this way is much better at building suspense. That's it. I think that it's just much more fun to write, and it keeps people on their toes, because when you do it the other way, it's just a lot easier to predict who's going to get out. When you read out the votes one by one like this, you really get the idea that it's every vote that counts. And I like that a lot more than the just saying, this character has no votes, this character has no votes. Because it means at any moment, someone can get a vote. And I like that.
Bookmark. Blocko. Blocko. That's 2 votes for Bookmark, 2 for Blocko. 1 more for Bookmark, and 1 for Blocko. And the second contestant voted out from Battle for More Nothing is Bookmark. Oh, thank you guys! You won't regret this.
Yeah, I doubt that. 3? Surely he didn't... Figures.
Yeah, so he suspects that it's Bush.
Sure am glad we won't be plummeting to our demise like those two. But we are on a tight schedule, so...
Oh no, an ad. Oh
I
yeah,
fell right into the ad.
I changed up
Into
the
the action.
I changed up the thumbnails for all the
Changed up
Battle
the-
for Nothing episodes, and I think that the episode 2 thumbnail especially is a lot better.
I don't even remember the original Homeland Advantage thumbnail.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Unity.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Originally, Puffy was going to be in for a lot longer, but I just decided to kind of make it a joke. The fact that he's been in there for 9 months. That must be terrifying.
Great, Unity.
Will anyone who left the island make a cameo later on? I guess we'll have to see.
His team is all here, with no losses, which means
Yeah, I like that. With no losses, because he just cares about Unity.
it's time for Challenge 2. Right.
Also, Lighty speaks Spanish.
Across Homeland, we have hidden flags for each team.
Also, Spanish exists.
6 locations. Each member of a team must find and take a flag back to Times Square, with the last team to do so losing. However, each member is only allowed to take 1 flag. Wait, like all of Homeland? That could be like a bajillion different places. True, which is why each team will be handed a card with a clue on it, hinting to a specific location associated with one member of the team. You can find your flags there. The challenge will begin once all teams get their cards.
So I know Variety disagrees with me on this, but I really like the challenge this episode. I think it's a lot more involved than the challenges of the previous season were. And I think that the challenges each team faces this episode because of the challenges I guess, structure is pretty solid. But that's my personal opinion.
You know, I disagree because even though I agree with you that it's more involved, that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. A lot of the scenes in this episode are either them just walking around or them trying to figure out what a clue means. Like, that's pretty much it, right? There's no character moments or dynamics,
There's
really,
plenty
which is
of.
what
I disagree. I think there's plenty of character moments. But I can see your point that convoluted doesn't necessarily mean better. In my opinion, in this case, I think it helps. I think an involved challenge. I just prefer an involved challenge rather than a basic one because it gets repetitive after a while if you just have like characters walking around in a cavern, like stuff along those lines. The original
Oh
Homeland
my God.
Advantage is still on SoundCloud Variety.
Characters walking around in a cavern, that would never happen in Battlefield.
Exactly. Does Spanish existing mean the real world history took place? No. For the sake of not making things more complicated, let's just say that Lighty made up Dos. He just made it up.
Here you go.
No, he said Dos because it's named after the sequel to the board game Uno.
Sure.
Old abode. Shouldn't be too difficult. Well, you guys have fun with that. Don't want to be too much of a burden. What? A fun place to go to have a snack.
I've made this joke so many times, but the irony here is that everyone on the enemies is a food if you eat cigarettes.
That narrows it down. And here, you may begin the highest point of Homeland City. Wouldn't that be Mount Citharon?
Technically not.
That's an Oedipus reference. Why did I reference an old Greek mythology play? Don't ask me. But now there's a canonical mountain by Homeland called Mount Citharon.
The city.
How presumptuous. While you plebs were dawdling, I cracked our riddle. What would the highest point be other than the tallest building? The Mayor's Tower.
So this was always canon, but this episode confirms that Top Hat's a mayor, or Top Hat's father, Mayor Hat, is the mayor of Homeland City.
You know, my dad...
Topham, we haven't paid attention to politics since, like, ever.
Well, since I'm clearly the most valuable person on this team, the card must be referring to me. Away we go.
Around the block.
I don't like that line, Reed. I think I did a bad job with that line.
Yeah, I think it's great for what it is. I think you did a great job this episode.
Yeah. I think I put too much emphasis on, like, the word this, you know? Like,
Maybe.
I wish I said, like, this team rather than this team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not many of them are snacks, so the enemies, I don't know, I'd consider just food, like snack is like a general term in this instance, because it ends up being pizza. I guess pizza isn't really a snack, but for the sake of I guess, the challenge, he is. I actually deduced the way you could find it out with the contestants, with just the contestants alone. Yeah, no, that's kind of the point, because each of them are referring to one competitor. So on the Gold Diggers, it's referring to Tile. On the enemies, it's referring to Pizza. On Money, it's referring to Top Hat. On Vroom, it's referring to Bus Pass. And then we'll get to the other teams later.
All we have to do is follow these directions, then we've got an easy win. Let's go, Vroom. Holy Cottontail. You might
This
not
just expands
wanna take charge
upon
this time around,
the
considering you'll
conflict
just abandon ship when things
established
get tricky.
last
I would never
episode.
do something to the detriment of my team. Yeah, but do you mean that? You act like Bunny knows best when you don't. Ugh, I can't believe this. Can
This
you
scene was
believe this,
originally going to be
Yuri?
longer, but I trimmed it down because it was unnecessary.
What?
Guys, it's talking about...
Okay, wait, that's a very big thing. Yeah, so I stopped voicing Volcano and I gave the role to Sam because I thought she would do a better job than me, and she did.
What?
Guys, it's...
So that YM
Also-
was me, and then it became Sam.
Also, I'm not entirely sure if this was like an intentional thing or if you just thought of this on your own independently as well. But I remember like way back because I was not using the best mic to record these. I was like, if I ever get a better mic, there should be a joke where like I start saying a line with the bad mic. Go.
So I think you suggested that after I wrote this, but it is a similar joke.
Okay.
It's talking about... How do you even know their directions anyway? They're not. It's the path to the... Look look at it. You can ridicule me.
Are her
but
ears real? Sure. Who
you
cares?
can't disregard facts.
BFM is not animating Google Slides.
Care to explain?
Where, if you need something, you could get it yourself. What? One more word out of you and
Oh wait, I skipped the green screen dimension. I'm sorry. I promised I'd do
You
it.
can ridicule me, but you can't
You do.
disregard
You need to show them.
facts.
You need to give us our just desserts.
I don't even want to say anything. I'm just gonna keep this
There
on.
it is.
I'm just gonna
There
keep
it
this
is,
on the
glory of the
screen.
green screen.
I'm just gonna keep this on the screen for a little bit, so you guys can come
Yes.
up with whatever lore you want to come up from this. This is an animation error that happened.
This is the green screen.
This was an animation error because I was editing the episode for like over 10 hours straight, and it released, and I noticed this, and I'm like, it's too late. I'm not re-uploading the video. That's it. That's it.
The green screen.
It's an animation error. It's an animation error. They walk so slow. They do walk
The
pretty
green
slow.
screen dimension.
There is no green screen dimension.
It's the whole.
I
the
do.
holy green screen dimension.
I do like all the
as
fan
your
art.
lord.
I do like all the fan art that's made of the green screen dimension. It's quite funny.
Not carrying our bags,
Amazing.
Freckles. Care to explain?
I just dropped them off at Times Square. If you need something, you could get it yourself. What? One more word out of you and I'll pound your head right into the... How would Mr. Teddy feel about that? Yep. Not very secretive, are ya?
Oh, so now what? Gonna bully the
This was-
bullier? Very.
The relationship between Cigar and Fry was one of the few things that was always planned, but Fry was originally not supposed to be as snarky.
original.
No, but if you want to keep this between the two of us, you gotta follow my guidelines. 1, you can't boss me around.
That's not too bad. Benson could easily be just as much of a...
2, no bossing anyone.
Alright,
else.
new lore. Jade is taking over the world. That's great.
What? That's like my entire thing!
Which is why you're...
He made a dimension based on his color. There is no green screen dimension! Do any other languages besides English and pancakes exist?
Green dimension. Green screen dimension is real.
Do any other languages besides English and pancakes exist? Yeah, I'm sure. We just live in a very English and pancake-centric world in terms of Battle for Nothing.
thing will be being nice. Taught by me.
Would rather be bullied over this.
I'm sure if the pancakes language is unique to the panny dimension, and there's probably a bunch of other languages unique to their dimensions.
The green screen dimension is a metaphor for Cigar's insecurities, and the next frame being away from it is because Fry is gonna fix him. I hate this.
Would rather be bullied over this.
Okay, very, very small
It's
detail.
The consistent truth and
Very small detail. I find it that the leftover 3 characters who really don't have anything to do this episode are all members of the BFFs who all hate each other.
Upset we forgot you existed, Cheesy?
No, just stuck on what Tardy said last episode. He said I had never had a friend, but...
I gotta stop pausing so much.
Puffy, didn't you, like, insult him and try to manipulate him into killing Baggy?
no, you don't. We can make
Yeah,
this a
but I'm so
two-parter if the
bent
need
on
arises.
getting Maggie that I didn't think until I realized I had lost him. Now that I have, I don't think there's any...
I'm not gonna confirm your message.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I
It
did.
seems the root cause of all of this is your jerkiness.
Wow, thanks.
But I know firsthand that can be overcome. If you let us help you, I promise we'll get you Puffy back.
I'll think about it.
Wait, I got it! A place to go to have a snack. A bar!
I like this joke.
That's what they're for? Alright, could someone please tell me how our flags could be there?
It's quite obvious, actually.
That is a good,
If Cork is
very
somewhere lost
functional.
at sea,
Another very.
flags would
It
be
makes me
cheaper.
exhale out of my
Look at
nose.
how much fun
That
Sticky
joke.
is having.
I haven't touched the water in 8 years!
It's pretty
Don't have
sad,
all the time in
Sticky.
the world, you know.
True, but there are only so many places a piece of nature could be.
Hey iPod, guess who I am? Yar, I'm a backstabbing friend and a pirate who doesn't even know how to sail. That's a hard one, alright.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Mr. Bush. Hi, Dad. Tell Mom I said hi.
Of course, kiddo. Thanks, Mr. Bush.
Yeah, that's just to show that Bush's family doesn't really forget, doesn't really forgive Brick for almost killing
Well, it
their
was nice
son.
seeing the parents I forgot I had.
And that's the
But
line that
there
I
are
was talking about
flags.
earlier.
I mean, we've been to Brick's, Blocko's, yours, and now my house.
Overreaction,
That's the big
honestly.
thing. Flighty wrote the
For
cards
yeah,
before
real big
the
overreaction.
Oh, my calculus.
Are we there yet? We've been walking for hours.
I mean, doctors recommend
Like,
killing
trying to buy
at
some
least 3 to 4
extra
children
food
every
right
day.
here. And would you look at that? 8 flags right
not
in
that big of a
front
deal
you.
to-
Next to
Okay. Critically acclaimed game amidst we. Sticky hasn't showered in 8 years? I guess so.
And then we also have the
Lighty Eats a
the
Child.
lighting game with the new
Right you
mode.
are, Palma. Everybody snatch a flag. Good thinking, keyboard. Might as well take laptop keycards in the direction.
iPod, pay attention to the rules, bro. Yeah, Baggy just probably killed a bunch of people. That's a joke. The way I think about it is the reason no one's on the streets in this very populated
11.
city. Okay. The reason that no one's on the streets in this very
COVID-19.
okay. It's because Baggy just cleared out the streets for the show. So that building's empty. He didn't kill anyone.
Bipod, don't you remember the rules? Taking more than one flag incurs a penalty.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
What is it this time?
So iPod says, "Oh great, what is it this time?" This is actually a reference that has been explained in the memory in BFMN 5. iPod is tied to Sticky on his leg, and he says, "Though we've been penalized due to Portal's incompetence last episode." So this is iPod's second time receiving a penalty in this game, and I like how iPod's eye patch is not referenced until episode 4. He's just completely blind for 2 episodes.
Huh. Onwards, Neos.
Father, great to see you again, chap.
My son, I've been expecting you.
Oh, wow, he...
Father,
I forgot I did that.
great to see you again, chap.
My son.
First of all, this was funny because Helion originally auditioned to voice Top Hat, but I liked Variety's audition better, and I asked Helion to try out for Keycard. But when I made her hat to appear as a character, I'm like, well, why don't I just get Helion? So that was a bit ironic. I forgot I drew Hattie eating her own foot. That just, like... There's a very stark contrast between these 2 photos. Why is this bar still open?
A distinguished gentleman in a...
Why is the bar still open? Maybe newspaper. Maybe Baggy warned everyone and newspaper was like, no.
Expecting you.
Oh, wow, he wasn't kidding. Maybe I, should get into, politics.
Yeah,
I'd assume you're here for these. Don't go spending them all in one place.
that's fair.
Oh boy, there's 2 of them. Crocky, what can I do to get in this mayoral position?
Also, they have a portal statue here. It's... Even though in BFN confirms in episode 23 that it's actually something he made that he just gave to dimensions where he has allies in. So I guess after the Black Orbs attack, he just gave one to the mayor too. In case something like that would ever happen again, they'd have direct confirmation of potential attack.
Love a working man.
Alright, thanks for the help up. We'll be seeing ourselves out.
To the roof?
Wait, how are we supposed to get down from here?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Well, I have Icicle.
Also, one might say that, especially after last episode, Icicle and Flossie were quick to get along with each other. But the way I see this scene is Icicle is happy to take up the opportunity to throw Flossie.
Hop on, guys.
Wahoo! This scene, animating this scene single-handedly is what encouraged me to make the episode because I just think it's so cool.
And he has the audacity.
Money's one of the coolest teams, I have to say.
I mean, all he does is... Wow, Money, you have successfully returned your flags to Times Square, so you're safe.
Phew, we're here too.
Amazing, Neo. You're not.
Watch why Keycard has yet to retrieve his flag with laptop and the director.
Oh, right.
This scene was originally supposed to be this laptop and director scene, and the other one were originally going to be combined with each other and shown at the end of the episode. But I decided to instead split them up because I wanted them to get their equal time. Also,
I just realized we haven't seen the camera.
Variety, you are glitching out a bit.
We haven't seen the camera.
I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me more clearly?
Yeah,
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. I
Yeah.
think I know how to fix this,
you
but I'm
sound
not
fine
entirely.
now. Imagine how painful that felt, the zip lining. Yeah, probably a lot. Um, so yeah, someone I remember when this episode first premiered, someone said that these chips are probably like 6 years old, and they're right.
I'm back. Can you hear me more clearly now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So you could say what you were gonna say earlier.
Um, we haven't we haven't seen the camera crew since they were revealed to be okay in BFMN 1. That's
No,
crazy.
we've seen them in episode 2 and episode 3.
Oh yeah, because they're in the photo.
You want a chip? Alright, you can't ignore me forever.
Can't I? Sorry, I'm not.
What are other
This
things
is
you
my
gonna?
favorite scene of the episode, by the way.
What? Yeah, I really like this scene. What other things are you gonna do than watching the episodes? I'm not sure. I mean, I'll probably ask. Like, if you guys have questions you want to ask, you do that throughout this. I'd be happy to answer questions. Um,
Of course.
I'm not sure a designated Q&A section is really necessary, but if you have any other ideas of
Yeah,
stuff
no.
you might want me to do, then yeah, sure, send it over.
Very talkative to a
If you want
maniacal
if you want to ask
psychopath
any
in
epic
his own
questions
lair.
about
But I
2
told
of
you,
the like
this
40
is not
characters
who
in
I
this
am
show,
anymore.
No,
and I'm an
you don't
expert on the
just get to
characters
do
that I
all
voice
this
act
and
anyway.
take it all back. The world doesn't work like that.
How do you expect me to know how the world works when I'm not even from here?
Originally, Laptop was gonna be like immediately okay with the director, but it was changed so that it took this conversation for her to become a director advocate.
About 6 years ago, I ran into Jade while he was portal hopping. He went on and on about his successes and inventions, and his show. I hired him to work on a fake movie, all the while I stole the blueprints for his inventions. I moved down here to finish the job.
This was just meant to clear up some leftover things about the director and who he is.
I saw that episode. That's why.
Also, that's a huge line. I saw this episode, even though it's like confirmed in her bio. Weren't you gonna show us how you animate? I wasn't planning on it. Yeah, so even though it's confirmed in her bio that Laptop watches the show, this is like one of the few lines that's actually in the show that Laptop was a fan of the show before she started in it. That's why she appeared in it in the last season on the
I don't
island.
understand why you say you've changed.
Jade saved my life. After everything I had done, he still saved me. It made me realize that there was more to life.
We could do a Jackbox. Is that a good idea? Maybe we could do Jackbox.
That is-
doing the things that you did.
Well,
Why would
no,
you
we
do
need.
them
There's
in
no
the
other way
first
to end
place?
this stream than with a Jackbox now. I'm
What happened to
we need
Laptop's
to.
fangirl personality? I mean, I think she was super excited to join the show, and then when she did and realized that these characters are just as annoying in real life as they seem online, she was like, oh, I hate everything.
Didn't, where I'm from, I would just be an outcast. Alright,
That term
like this,
outcast
boss.
comes
So how
up
about
a
coffee
lot.
shop? Alright, makes more sense this time. Oh, come on, Puffy. You were always such
This
a
scene was
bad
added
kid.
pretty last
Still don't
minute
know who you
because
are.
I
don't
knew
know
that
any of you, and you don't see
was
me.
gonna lose this episode,
Farming is kind of
and
Well,
I
the great you mentioned.
Nah,
Mentions
I'm not
fighting.
I'm not referencing that. I knew that was gonna lose this episode,
It's
and
another reason exciting.
and I wanted them to have like at least one more scene to themselves, and I think that this was a pretty good one to add.
Do anything to get right
Maybe people
back
hate
into
Puffy a
how
little
I am.
bit.
Like maybe those coffee-looking folks.
Let's go, guys. The flag is in here.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You told me, Coffee. All that stuff happened years ago.
You don't understand, Puffy. This is a very sensitive issue.
If I understand anything, it's that you can't run from people who piss you off.
Yeah, because kicking me out for being a lesbian doesn't justify me being pissed off.
It's a crazy line for an object show.
Alright, I get it.
Also, Puffy's
sorry.
Puffy's using his experience with the conflict he had with Saki. Wait, so if the episodes are able to or available to the cast, isn't someone gonna find out about the two characters leaving? So the thing is that the BFN we see from on YouTube, BFN that's aired in the universe. So like, because in the show that we see, like some guys are like you're able to hear their thoughts. So it's a different show. So certain things that we know about are left out in the show they see. Do you animate on Flip a Clip? I don't. Look what you did, Variety. Now they're all talking about the green screen dimension.
Hold on. Yeah, good. Hold on. But hold on. I just realized. So this is BFMN is also being recorded and filmed, right?
Yeah.
How in the world did they capture everything that happened in episode 5? How did they do that?
They didn't.
How did they do that?
They didn't. The show we see is different from the show that's shown in universe. So we're able to see that, but they're not.
The entire challenge of episode 5 just is not shown in episode 5.
I guess not.
The entire challenge of episode 5 is not shown.
Maybe it was recreated afterwards. It's stuff like that you're not supposed to think too hard about.
Come on, guys.
Horrible writing. Or inexcusable. I need the show canceled.
Let the card speak for itself. Fill me up with the usual.
So that's a fake ID. Originally, Corey was gonna straight up have a fake ID. Like I was gonna like it was gonna be like Corey McCorrington or something. I didn't feel like making it.
All right, Cigar. Let's start.
Also,
off
I
slow.
with you, Jay. We love the
That
green
on an
screen
hourly
dimension.
basis.
Oh,
All
boy.
right, then compliment me.
All right.
This scene basically
Having arms must
almost
be
fully serves to be comedic,
palpable.
and I love
Sure,
it for that.
works.
All right, I'll give you a shot, Brady. How do we turn down my jerkiness?
Great. Well, it seems it's at its forefront when Baggy and Saki come into play.
Well, that's because they're a bunch of backstabbing, undeserving, winner-wannabe hypocrites!
Right, so if we can improve on that, we can get you back to your normal self.
And why would I want to stop hating Baggy and Saki?
You mean two of Puffy's friends?
Fair.
Yo, Cigar.
What?
What are your thoughts on Baggy and Saki?
Oh, well, from what I've heard, their victory was deserved. They seem like chill guys.
What?
Yes,
I mean, Cigar really has
also
never
heard from
interacted with them
others
before.
Their victory was deserved. Yeah, their wedding was a real turning point for me. First time I really saw people in love.
I'm sure they had a feeling for
Maybe
each other.
BFM5 in universe was only focused on the money section of the mine. Maybe.
You and Corey.
Yeah,
What was
compared. Yeah. Like that irony. That's
my
pretty funny.
Cigar? No, how am I supposed to be nice to someone?
Dude,
when
no,
they're
they just
treating me
they got a cameraman and they brought them into that part of the dream so there's still be some action for the
Yeah.
viewers to watch without it being too
You're one to
personal.
talk. What is that, a piercing or a mouth?
Oh, you think you're funny, cigarettes?
Watch what you call me, hole punch.
I'll show you a hole punch.
Kyle. Nope, if you wanted them so bad, you wouldn't have let me get eliminated. Come on, Tom.
I guess I should comment on that ending. I think it's funny that Cheez-It and Cigar got into a fight with each other, considering they're, well, now two of the most liked, but at the time they were two of the most hated competitors on the show.
Kyle, we've come all this way.
Yeah, we're your teammates, remember?
Oh, like that'll convince me.
Till, give me my
And then the reveal of Tyle's
phone
siblings.
back.
If in universe the show is being recorded and there's over 1,000 shots in all the episodes in total, how are they not running out of storage space already? I don't know. It's like big corporations. They got the room.
Careful, Till. You nearly disrupted my replica of the nothing volcano.
Hey,
They
I
delete the
went to
footage
see
after it
Pika.
airs.
You mind?
I don't
Also,
think
it's
they
me
do.
again. It's me. I voice the
Tyler. And then
also I voice the nerd character, the nerd guy.
and Tylee and Marble are voiced by Sam, and Till doesn't talk at all.
Seen my makeup?
You mindless buffoon!
You see that? That's on you.
Hey, I got your text, Tile. Why are you all here?
We're doing the challenge. Why are you here?
Tile invited me to play stupid Smosh Sisters with him.
And while
I like how that was Tyler and Bookmark's thing, and now he just, like, doesn't care about Bookmark anymore.
I'm currently being harassed by these barbarians trying to get some flags that are rightfully mine. They're not.
Alright, guys. I got this. Dude, think about it. If we lose...
Yeah, infinite, interdimensional cellular data, infinite storage space, that's reasonable.
That'll be one step closer to you-know-who being right next door. There's no way that... I'm so sorry, Blocko. I didn't understand the severity of the
Yeah,
situation.
I like that that's what
Take the
convinces
flags back.
Tile, that of having to be around Unity.
Hope to see you never, Unity. Have you two felt neglected at all?
Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes.
What does neglected mean? It's like...
These three before they became friends. I wasn't as of this scene, I was not planning on the three of them becoming friends, but it worked out so perfectly. The fact that they're the only three returners on their team, and they all have very similar stories of rejection and loss. Yeah.
Forget about you. Like how they forgot to recover us.
It's funny to think that of the three of them, Penny's
I
probably
also
the most
will
mature.
say, I will say, yeah, which I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna say, Panny as a character to me is extremely funny because she is way smarter than you would ever take someone with only 15 IQ for.
Yeah.
Right? However, there is a lore reason because they're like the sister or whatever of the Queen Panny in their dimension.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe their IQ is way higher than 15 and probably wrong that one time.
Maybe.
Oh, like how my mom and dad... Oh, jeez, TP. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, I abandoned my parents. How would that make me feel better? All they ever wanted was to...
Funny line delivery. This also just shows the difference between these two characters. She got abandoned by her parents. She, I don't know. She abandoned her parents, and then Penny's just there. Uno and Dos, the only game. Uno and Dos don't exist in the Battle for Nothing universe.
TP?
Dad?
TP, we have no time for you to dawdle. We have to find those flags.
No, take me back.
TP!
Womp,
TP,
womp.
come here! It's me!
Womp Womp is a proper reaction. And then Volcano, if there was anyone in that bus, they are most definitely dead.
Beep. Swoosh.
Have you found it weird that popular
I
object show makers don't make multiple shows, but smaller object show makers make more than one? Well, like object show makers like me, like we need that opportunity to get our content more out there. So we need multiple shows to hook viewers.
Oh, great job, Bus Pass. Glad you could step in and take initiative. Oh my magma.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Cork.
The fact
Are you
that
here?
that also shows another aspect
Magma.
of Volcano's personality. It's not she was only nervous because she was overwhelmed by like coming to a new dimension and the black orb and everything, but generally that's just not who she is. She's a very passionate person. She cares a lot about just things generally. So when she's scared, she gets really scared. When she's mad, she gets really mad.
Cork, are you here?
This is a scene I really like.
Oh, really? Cause you couldn't when Baggy asked you to recover me.
Variety mentioned Uno and Dos earlier.
Yes, I'm the one. Yeah, I mentioned it as an explanation as to why Lighty says dos.
But that is not true.
I'm sorry, but you've been acting like
Hasn't made an episode of something non-BF. I've made everything wrong with.
a total jerk. Because I've been upset, okay? Upset? You're the one who wanted to be with Sticky, and now you're the one upset? Because he's lying! No, he isn't, Cork. I know you. When something doesn't go your way, you think it's the whole world out to get you.
That's what happened last season. That's straight up what happened last season. Sticky got voted out, and Cork thought everyone was out to get him. He was throwing names at everyone. He was saying that Sticky was his best friend. Cork is very afraid of change, and that's an aspect of his character that is carried over from this season. It's just a lot more on blast this season because, like, out the gate, Sticky had changed completely. Hot.
Sticky's just
I guess that's the
It
canon
melted
reason.
It melted the obsidian. It made obsidian, melted the obsidian, and then became lava all within a fraction of a second.
changed. I've changed. Everything is changing, and you just can't.
Tell me if
handle
they start
change.
cutting out again, by the way.
It's not meant to be static,
What happened?
Cork.
I said, tell me if I start cutting out again, by the way.
Alright. The little parts where Cork's underwater, yeah.
Life
I
goes
like
on.
that too.
But I don't want it to. That's not something up to you, Cork. You can't change who's around you. The only person you can change is you. Come on, let's get out of the lake. Fine.
Yeah, that I do like that too. How only some of Cork is submerged in the water.
Alright, our flags were not in there.
Well, how are we supposed to know which one of us snacks the clue is talking about? There are thousands of places on home.
Most of the show is just background character pose, bounce to more poses, add a story, and boom, you make an episode of BFN. Yeah, you make it sound so easy. Animation inconsistency.
Make
Cork's-
it sound so simple.
Yeah, that is true. Cork's top is, yeah, it technically shouldn't be over, like, out of the water because he's not really curved like that. But who cares? It looks cool.
With Pop-Tarts or idiots or pizzas.
But only one that matters. I got it. Where else than Papa Pizza's Pizzeria?
Definitely a place to go to have a snack, but
I would make the best everything wrong with BFMN too. I'll be honest.
why does this one matter?
Because Papa Pizza is. Hey!
And it's the first time we hear Pizza's parents talk, and their designs are better, so Pizza's dad doesn't look like he's all moldy.
To the new customers. Could I start
Maybe
you
he was sick in his first
off
appearance.
with. Hey, Dad. Mamma mia, come on out, honey. It's a pizza.
Hiya, baby boy. Would you look
Also,
at
the fact
pi-
that accents exist in the Battle for Nothing universe, probably shows that there's different languages. Like, wherever Pizza's parents are from is probably an Italian-speaking island.
So, welcome home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, did an annoyingly enthusiastic bag happen to stop by earlier with some flags? Yes, I use them as toppings.
Also, I like that Pizza jabbing at Maggie because they still have not gotten over the, I guess, stuff that happened in the first season that has never been explicitly stated.
Take them. Well, thank you, Mama and Papa Pizza.
Whoa, why you leave so early? We have plenty of pizza. Take for the road. I could go for a bite. Yeah, why do you hate pizza if the rest of your family makes it?
Look, despite its legality, I've always found it weird that we ate our own kind. It tasted good, though. What can I say?
Cannibalism is so, yeah, I mean, I guess to Pizza's parents,
Cannibalism is based.
I guess to Pizza's parents, there's a difference between pizza and like them. Like, the pizzas aren't sentient. Pizza's disgusted by it, though.
Let's go.
That's why he joined the show. So Spanish does exist? I guess so. I don't know. I haven't thought that much about it. Yeah, no, Pizza purposely joined the show, so so that he wouldn't be associated with his parents. That's why he's upset in the first season when Baggy only knows him for his parents. And why, even though he hates the show, he continues to participate on it. Because he would prefer to participate on a show that he hates rather than have to work at his parents' pizzeria.
Don't tell the pizza poopa, capiche?
You got it, Papa Pizza.
Where could they be? Wait.
That's the only time we've seen Keycard control his teleportation. He just really focused hard. And I guess it was the only place he could really teleport to.
Oh, Hickey card.
If he's like pushing against the floor.
We gotta hurry. The challenge is almost over.
Wait a minute. Haven't you gotten a bit tired of iPod's leadership?
Yeah, who hasn't?
Exactly.
As early as
Why, I
episode
think
2,
we
they're
realized
questioning
some more
iPod's
lines.
leadership.
What?
It took
With
no
him?
last season until
Well,
episode
this is
11.
done, but look at him. He's harmless. Just,
Well, to be fair, these are all newbies,
Don't compare
so
us to
they
him.
Fine, but
at least
very least,
laptop
together
and
ensures a
director would
fighting
have
chance
the
against
hindsight of
identity.
they've likely watched last season at
Yeah.
least some.
Um,
Director had to watch because he was planning and scheming, and laptop watched it because she was a fan. So
yeah, Papa Pizza's Pizzeria, a tongue twister. That's true. And here's a fun fact here. Keycard originally was going to be A-okay with director, and I don't like that because, like I keep saying, Keycard is a deeply mistrusting person, so it would make zero sense if he were to, trust him.
Alright, but this is only for the numbers. I'm not excusing anything he's done.
Deal. Now, how do we get out?
Nope. No. Yep, not here either.
Then what are we gonna do? Where else could they be?
We might as well head back to Times Square. Let's see if we missed anything.
Yeah, so that's a pretty funny scene that Sticky sees his parents for the first time in 10 years. His mom is bawling, and he's just...
Yep, not here either.
Yeah, Sticky's pretty dumb.
a bit of a dark joke the more you think about it, but
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Where else could they be?
We might as well head back to Times Square. Let's see if we missed anything.
Oh, good. We're not last.
Doesn't look like we are either.
And though not as good as last time, we're here too.
Indeed you are. The Gold Diggers, enemies, and Vroom are all safe, leaving it to Neo and to return their flags. God, jeez, did we really have to run?
Yeah, Poca's such a nothing character.
Card. Fly over to that parts store and retrieve your flag.
Also, Palma just stole that video game.
He likes Among Us.
Flags from the
What,
party.
Alright.
what was he supposed to
Wait,
do?
why are you all still here?
We couldn't figure out our clue. Where could a piece of nature be?
You mean like a flower?
What? There has to be thousands
I
of
really like that arguably the dumbest character on the team, Quirk, is immediately able to decipher what the clue is. This team of,
To be
like, Coffee and Puffy.
To be fair, I don't think anyone was thinking about pot because I don't think anyone on this team really cares that much
Yeah,
about
true.
pot.
Does Sticky even remember that those were his
I
parents?
also-
Yeah, he does, but he's just, like, dead set on the challenge, that he's not even thinking about the fact he hasn't seen them in 10 years. Continue, Variety.
But yeah, no, like, I feel like a lot, like, none of them really care about pot, much less the fact that pot had Flowey in her, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Cork would be the one to solve this, if not pot herself.
But only one colorful friend on your teammate. What? Are you talking about the random pot outside my parents' apartment? That wasn't you?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
It's the last building up the block, apartment 723.
That number again, 723, the release of Battle for Nothing, July 23rd.
Go, go!
And it's the camera crew, and you could see Lighty's parents in the background, and Spoon and Maggie make a brief appearance. A very appearance-packed scene.
What? Oh.
And of course, the reason why they do this is because though they're working with Iris for whatever reason, they clearly wanted to get their hands on the insta-warp that the director drops when he falls. And it is hiding behind laptop. So that's why they did what they did. They wanted to get their hands on the insta-warp.
Great.
Quickly, everyone, pick up the pace, Cork.
Just because I don't have the motivation to run doesn't mean I...
Hey! What? How is she going to...
Whatever, she'll catch up.
In hindsight, it was probably a really bad idea for Sticky to drop Googly Eye. Not, like, I'm talking about team-wise. Like, why would he drop... I mean, he's stupid, that's why. But he dropped a... Oh, I realized I didn't have the chat on my screen. He dropped a contestant that, in their eyes, couldn't move at all in favor for carrying one that could move but was just doing it slowly. And also, Laptop is the, like... There hasn't been that many deaths recently. Like, Glassy and Laptop have been the only contestants to die since BFMN 2.
There!
Hot, hurry!
Yeah, it's the... I didn't say no longer than 2 hours. I said less than 3 hours. Iced Coffee was the one that wanted it to be less than 2. And yeah, today is the 21st. I just thought it would be better to do a live stream on Sunday than a Tuesday, and I'm probably right. Maybe I'll do. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to finish episodes 2 through 5, and my Wi-Fi is whack right now. So maybe I'm gonna spend some time fixing that. Maybe we'll only do episodes 2 and 3 today, and then I'll do 4 and 5 on the actual birthday.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
Ah, we made it!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not
We
quite.
can start that stream earlier too, so we have more like time.
Yeah. Yeah, this was crazy. Keycard clutched up.
Did anyone? And Neo just barely made it back to Times Square, leaving up for voting. Ah, darn. 8-year streak gone. Just like that.
Yeah, Sticky thought he didn't, Sticky thought he didn't lose at all in 8 years. Which is just a stupid thing to think about.
Look, Cheez-It.
No, I'm sorry for how out of hand.
This scene was added pretty last second because I realized it never got
I
concluded.
think you could really help me. I'll take your advice for Puffy.
Oh boy.
Vote in the comments using the letter in square brackets under who you think deserves.
I think if we're gonna do a Jackbox, we should do it on the 23rd because my Wi-Fi is so whack right now.
Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
I vote this one.
I'm voting.
I don't like him.
I'm voting for Polka. Guys, comment C under vote Polka.
So this was an original, or this was music that I can post myself for the credits because I thought it would sound good, and I was right. Yeah, so Basket did end up coming with Wooly by dinner.
Hey, you cool dude? You seem a bit on edge.
Oh no, it's just the break.
Yeah, I get that. You sure that's it?
Yeah, I guess. I just had an off feeling.
That's crazy. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Next one.
That is totally wicked.
I guess I'll just. When did you recommend Bloodstain? I'm pretty sure you did. I could look back. Alright, fluidity. I'm not even gonna bother. Good night. Yeah, alright, I guess before we move on to episode 3, I'll say. I guess before we get into episode 3, I'll say that, what is a Plorko? What is W is Plorko?
Vote W for Plorko.
So...
If I'm ever unsure on who to vote on in, like, an elimination, I'm just gonna type W and I vote for Plorko.
Yeah. So, episodes 2 challenge changed a lot.
If
Originally...
you're ever unsure as to who to vote, just...
Yeah. The first episode 2 challenge, it was originally going to be called the Director's Prowess, and it was going to be a theater challenge. But after the director was decided to be made a contestant, the idea was scrapped. Then it was changed to an episode called Glistening Waters, or something like that, which ended up becoming Clash of the Creek. So after I swapped the 2 challenges, I was going to make 2 an episode called Volcanic Voyage, which was episode's 1 original challenge. But then I scrapped that idea, and I changed it to a thing called Room Service, which I was only going to do an episode like that because I liked the name, and the challenge was going to be Baggy was going to tell each team that they need to make room, like, assignments. Like, everyone on each team was going to have to partner up with someone, and whichever team got the best sleep was going to win. And that's a dumb challenge. Then it went back to Volcanic Voyage, and then I finally settled on Homeland Advantage. Okay, Hex over Hills.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to stand.
So episode 3 is probably because it's just pure fun. It's no panic attack. It's no, I guess, Jade announcement or I don't know. More. I just like it. It's just pure comedy. Picky's one of my favorite characters because he's just so stupidly. He's so dumb, and that makes him so funny. And he's really underutilized.
A dynamic I've been asking to see since BFMN 1 was Picky and Top Hat. I want to see them interact. So
That'll
bad.
happen. I'll confirm it right here. Picky and Top Hat are going to have an interaction in BFMN 6. That's all I'll say.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to Stand Up with Picky, featuring yours truly. Why did we come to this?
To support your teammate.
And because it's like totally going to go like viral.
Why focus on virality when you could focus on viability? Namely, moi.
Try
Viability.
viability. Now I like my women the way I like my coffee. Attracted to men.
God, Picky is so sexist.
Well, I like my.
And then I like Cork's
the way
response
I like my friends.
here.
Brain dead. Thanks. And speaking of brain dead, no one wants to mention Googly Eye isn't? What are you?
Room surface is literally BFDIA 6? Yeah, basically, but I came up with the idea way before BFDIA 6 was even confirmed.
On about, Pot. You can see her lying right there on the floor. Yeah, now? How do you think...
So they stole from me. Jack and Jellyfy stole from me.
Wow, this is so sad.
They stole my idea that I never even confirmed.
He returned
Make sure to type W in the square brackets. Vote for Plorko for respect.
Yeah. Type W for Plorko for... Pay your respects for Plorko.
Pay your respects for Plorko.
That's why we lost.
Yeah, so this scene is just meant to clear up the ending of the last episode. It just confirms that all of Pot's team genuinely did not see Googly Eye, and she's losing her mind.
Yeah, are you sure that the Cork situation isn't just making you the tiniest bit delusional?
I know what I saw. Whether or not she wants you to realize that. Pot, you're not really hung up on me, right? We'll still vote together. Well, I don't know, Cork. Like I said, you've been kind of a...
Here's the thing about BFMN 3. BFMN 3 is one of the only episodes whose challenge I knew long before. Like Clash of the Creek and Homeland Advantage, their challenges came up with pretty close to the episode's release. But BFMN 3, I had always planned for it to be about the Green Hills challenge. But the actual contents of the episode was written like after BFMN 2, which means that nothing much changed from its conception to its release. So I'm not going to have that much commentary on things that are different.
I know, but I promise I'll stop if we get Sticky out. Then things can go back to normal. Look, if Googly Eye gets out in the viewer votes, I'll vote for Sticky with you. Pinky toe promise? Pinky toe promise.
And I'll bring up this conversation again when we get to the actual contestant vote.
Dude, the feds are really not happy with you.
He's on the phone with Scribble, by the way.
They didn't care up until last spring.
Baggy?
One sec. Just get over here as fast as you can. We could sort this out then. See ya. What's up?
Have you seen Lighty recently? I haven't seen him since spring break.
He has to stay back in Homeland to attend to some business.
Yeah, this is so suspicious, bro.
It's beyond me, really.
I'm just nervous. Didn't seem like he was in the best state of mind the last
Also, yeah, the Elimination Theater is introduced this episode. And actually, only as of BFMN 5 has it been added to the intro, along with Scribble.
He just had a lot of stuff rushing through his head. Probably needed a break from the show.
And that concludes Stand Up with Picky.
Oh shoot, I gotta run. Don't worry about it too much, alright?
Sure.
And then we have the updated intro. with much smoother animation. And some of the backgrounds are updated too. And actually there's a lot of fixes. It's just it's just better than the last intro. But you see, there is no elimination theater yet.
Looks like you made it just in time. Alright, Broom?
Beep.
Variety, I believe it's
Beep indeed.
I believe it's echoing on your end.
Huh? Your voice is echoing, is it?
The stream, I think.
The stream is okay, it's fine. I'll just mute the stream and look at the captions.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright, cool. So yeah. Beep. Vroom is a very dysfunctional team until Cookie and Dust Bunny left. And I really like how both episode 2 and episode 3, I think they all, in terms of Vroom, they all expand very well on each other. And it's a very natural progression as to how this team evolves or devolves.
If I'm not mistaken, it would appear you're all ignoring me. Now, why's that?
Hey, leave me alone.
It appears they're largely upset at your form of management, darling. Time management is perfectly fine. Otherwise, we would have lost by now. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, Laptop spoils the end of the episode. You guys need to listen to her more.
Wow, what a turnout. Guess you're all big fans of Picky comedy.
Or they're just here for the elimination. See ya, Picky.
Yeah, Piggy biting the curb 4K HD.
And welcome, contestants. Enjoying the new Elimination Theater? I built it with my own 2 hands. And Sticky, just making up for past grievances. Very surprised you know what that means. But not so much at the loss of last episode.
Why? Because our loss was as rigged as your victory?
Yeah, thanks.
That's
Bud.
crazy. That is crazy.
Hold on, wait, what was the line? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the captions.
The here.
Last episode.
Why? Because our loss was as rigged as your victory?
Yeah, thanks, Pot.
Because our loss was as rigged as your victory.
Yeah, that's actually, that is their loss was very rigged if you think about it, because Lighty just straight up got the clue wrong.
Yeah. And I also like whenever people mention that Baggy's victory was rigged, because it was. I'll admit it. And it's funny to joke about.
Last episode failed to return their flags to Times Square, and the viewers have since decided which one of you they want out of here.
Democracy.
Which must be in your favor, Coffee, since you were the last contestant to receive your first and only vote.
Coffee is such a fan. Okay, Penny is the #1 fan favorite character. I think I could say that for sure. But Coffee's up there with one of the most beloved characters in all of Battle for Nothing. She's just so consistently like least voted. And I think when it was revealed of her backstory of her parents, she was only liked more, you know? So yeah, Coffee's just, it baffles me how much people like Coffee.
Meaning you will receive immunity in the contestant votes.
Keeping up the streak.
She's also very cocky about being safe.
Glassy and Sticky are also safe at 1 vote each.
Also, some people might notice that there are a lot of characters who receive 1 vote. How do I decide who gets the immunity vote? It's whoever gets their 1 vote last. That's how it's determined.
But their names will still be on the voting ballot.
Oh, well, that's still better than nothing.
Pot and Cork are the next cave competitors with 3 and 6 votes respectively. Yay! Frosting!
Originally, I was actually going to put frosting on the pie, but I forgot to.
Now, 5/8 of you are safe.
Yeah, I just wanted to have one last cute Cork scene before he was eliminated.
And 3/8 of you are not. Well, I just know I'm gonna lose. Puffy is, once again, wrong.
Yeah, he said that line before.
leaving Polka and Googly Eye in our bottom 2.
What? Not again.
Uh-huh.
No surprise, neither of them do anything anyway.
Oh, please. It was you who dropped Googly Eye and cost us the challenge. Which he wouldn't have had to if Cork wasn't so fussy.
Fussy? Since when was I fussy? You threw a tantrum in a pool.
Yeah. It's not really a pool, but
I like that line.
I thought that pool sounded better than lake. Why is there an E missing in the more?
And the third contestant eliminated overall from
Battle for More
Nothing
Nothing.
is Googly Eye.
By such a large
That's how it's
margin.
actually spelled if you want to refer to that.
No. That's such
That
a...
it's
Thing is,
it's
Googly
actually
Eye.
Yeah. No, Googly Eye lost by a lot. Not as much as...
it's
Not as much as...
over.
What does this add? Not as much as, Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny lost by a lot. Like, she set a record, but Googly Eye take up more than half the votes.
I win! You can stop now. So sad. Anything to add, Googly? Truly ethereal.
Yeah.
I love this moment coming up here.
Well, she'll be on the ferry sent back to home in no time, as soon as we find out where that is.
You don't know?
Her application was completely empty. It was cool. It looked mysterious. Can we just get on with the contestant votes and deal with her?
I
later?
absolutely I love that so much.
Yeah, like, the implications of
Stupid.
the implications of that are so funny. That like all the recommended characters, or I guess the debuters, they all like applied, and Baggy just like selected them, like saw Googly Eyes. The application was completely blank and was like, this is perfect.
That's so cool. That's so cool, dude.
Fine. Are you all certain you know who to vote for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little thing from earlier during the elimination where they were all kind of accusing each other, where Poker was like, it was Sticky who dropped Googly Eye and cost us the challenge. Coffee says we would have had to if Cork wasn't so fussy. So once again, you can infer who everyone's going to vote for. Poker's probably going to vote for Sticky. Puffy didn't really say anything, but just knowing who he is generally, we could say he'll probably vote for Poca. We know Coffee's probably going to vote for Cork, which means that Glassy's going to vote with her. Sticky's probably going to vote for Poca because they kind of got beef going on. And we don't... Cork's probably just... Or Cork told Pot earlier he was going to vote for Sticky. And Pot promised Cork she was going to vote for Sticky. So by that logic, Sticky should be the one to get out. But we'll see.
Once again, we've tallied the votes. First vote.
Oh geez, I sure am curious.
So
It's not
that's...
like I've watched it before.
So that's Cork.
Poca.
That's Puffy.
Poca.
That's Sticky.
And Cork.
And that's Coffee.
That's 1 vote for Sticky, 2 for Poca, and 1 for Cork. Fifth vote. Cork.
That's Glassy.
Sticky.
And that's that one is Poca, if I didn't say Poca earlier. So in essence,
Fifth vote. Cork.
it comes down to Pot.
Sticky.
And Pot has 3 options here.
Voted from Battle for More Sticky.
She can choose to vote with her friend and vote out Sticky and maintain her friendship. She could choose to vote Poca, which is the most logical decision because he contributes nothing to the team. Or she could vote selfishly and vote for Cork because of how much of a nuisance he's been recently. So she can vote selflessly, selfishly, or logically. And she chooses...
And the fourth contestant voted from Battle for More Nothing is Cork.
She chooses selfishly. Which to me is a huge turning point of Pot's character, that even though she desires her friendships, she desires to have friendships so much, in this moment she's so overcome by anger towards Cork that she can't help but cast her vote towards him. And she regrets it immediately after.
Sorry.
What have I done? Cork, wait! I don't even know what to say. Cork, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. It's sticky
And course elimination
I get it.
is-
I have
Course elimination is my favorite of all the eliminations in the series so far.
been a complete jerk. Because you're right.
It's the most conclusive, I feel like.
Are changing. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I do know one thing. I'm not gonna worry about Sticky or Googly Eye or anyone else anymore. That's the same mistake I made last season.
I really think that line is important. That's the same mistake I made last season, because it's true. Cork just keeps repeating these same mistakes of hesitance to change and ruining his friendships because of it.
The only person I'm gonna be rooting for is you. Goodbye, Pod. No! I can't lose you after Flowey.
Yeah. Pot's lost everything, and now she's starting to get a bit cuckoo.
Sorry, Pot.
How unfortunate. But we have no time to dwell, as it seems we've encountered an issue.
Oh, great. What
So
is it?
even though I had always planned for this episode to be the Green Hills episode, there is one particular aspect of this episode that was not decided until the last
This time.
minute.
It seems that our past magical endeavors have aided us poorly, which is why I needed an expert to get things sorted out. So, reintroducing Scribble.
I was not planning on reintroducing Scribble back to the series, but his role in episode 1 was so short, and I felt like there was so much more with him that could have been done, that I was like, yeah, let's bring him back, and it's relevant and for this episode. But after bringing him back, he was just supposed to be back for this episode, but then I was thinking, there's so much more of Scribble. There's so much more to be told with Scribble. So I decided to write it in that he stuck around for a little bit. And now he got added to the intro in the most recent episode. He's a host now, how I see it at least.
Yo. Oh, and a perfectly arbitrary cameo to drown my sorrows. Quite the contrary.
Yeah, Variety likes that line.
Wait, what line? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the captions again. I was busy.
A perfectly arbitrary cameo to drown my sorrows.
Yes. Dude, one thing you gotta know about me, I love meta humor so much. And Pot is so good at delivering that meta humor.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfectly arbitrary cameo to drown my sorrows. Quite the contrary, Pot. Since the Black Orb's attack, the Feds have been pretty iffy about magical beings residing in Homeland, which, after his time in the Forgotten Dimension,
Why is it abbreviated?
Scribble is...
But how? There's no magic in this dimension. How could there be there?
Well, magic likely existed in
This is crazy lore that Scribble just drops.
every universe at one point. It's only the banishment of the Black Orb that left the Forgotten Dimension in its magic-reliant state.
So yeah, magic always existed in every dimension. It's only because the Black Orb's banishment killed everyone in that dimension that they just, like, magic is still around in that dimension. In every other dimension, it just kind of fizzled out over time.
I'm living here, the government has issued the Magic Act, restricting me from using my powers in public, which is something they had completely forgotten about until we went to Homeland. So, to abide by these laws, the government has requested mass amounts of hexenite, an ore that specializes in magical containment and enchantment, native to the green...
Anyone that's still here that gets this reference, hexenite is something from Elemental Squad. It's just a constant in my shows to have something called hexenite.
Hills dimension.
Green Hills? Baggy, you can't be serious. You know Yarny and I...
Which is exactly why you two will do wonders in the third challenge, where each team must go to Green Hills to mine and return at least 20 pieces of hexenite. The last team to return a sufficient amount of ore will be up for elimination.
Baggy, that might not be the best of ideas.
So it was changed from weight. Originally, they were going to have to collect a certain weight of ores, and then I changed it to pieces, which is why Keycard's line later in the episode is still, he says, which coincidentally have the same amount of weight, because originally it was going to be weight.
Yes, Green Hills has been under
I think the line is still functional if you ignore the fact that there was an odd number.
Yeah.
It was only after Jade arrived to save us that we were able
Excellent.
to escape.
True, and he was able to do so by utilizing these prohibitor chips that block the frequency of whatever causes the hex.
Originally, it wasn't going to be chips. It was going to be headphones. It was going to be that the hex causes a frequency that allows you to, or causes you to go under it. But I was like, that doesn't really matter, and I don't really want to draw everyone with headphones, so they could use chips.
As long as you keep these
And
on,
also, it
you'll
makes
be
the
alright.
later scene in the episode where they get pushed and the chip gets removed. It would have been way too noticeable if it was headphones. It would
To
have
the
not
air
made sense
portal,
if
everyone.
Yeah.
they
Oh,
just
my
were
dust
too
pan.
enraptured by the argument.
Oh, Top Hat cameo.
Air portal.
Yay!
everyone.
I love Top Hat.
Oh my dust
He's my
pan.
third favorite character. I don't know. I'm not keeping that good a track, honestly.
Yeah, so this scene was pretty crazy. Originally, Pot and Googly Eye weren't going to interact until much later in the season, but because of Googly Eye's elimination, I needed to establish a relationship between them a lot sooner.
You did this. I can't believe it. I got so caught up with you that I lost sight of my best.
Don't touch me.
She blames Googly Eye for Quark's elimination, even though it was completely her fault.
Wow, look who can talk. What's the matter? Too anxious for a little bit of team banter?
No, I simply observe.
Well, good job with that. Looks like your observing got you eliminated.
I'd rather that than betrayal from an ally.
What do you want? You're eliminated. You shouldn't be here anymore.
I only wish to carry out my observations, and as far as they are concerned, I have nowhere else to be.
Well, how do you expect to do that?
That eye turn, I think, is pretty ominous.
Well, how do you expect to do that? It's not like Sticky can drag you around anymore.
There is more than one way to observe.
I won't do it. Unlike you, I play...
So why does Googly Eye choose Pot to ally with? Googly Eye's exact motivations are largely unclear, but you can infer for a few reasons. One, Pot has experience. She worked with Flowey, a character outside of the game. So that could have swayed her. Two, or swayed her. Two, Pot is the only one that we know of that knows Googly Eye's consciousn's. And Pot's also just generally a very observant character, so for whatever purpose Googly Eye wants, for whatever reason Googly Eye wants to observe, Pot's just a good candidate. And she'd be able to, I guess, get her, like convince her without needing to reveal to someone else that she is conscious. Because Googly Eye is trying to intervene as little as possible to optimize her observing.
And also Girl Boss Alliance.
Yes.
That also
Play
works.
by the
I think.
rules. I won't ally with a cheater.
Those same rules did not apply to Flowey last season.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I won't. And if you ask me again, you won't be able to cower any longer.
They won't believe you.
I don't care. Right this way, everyone. Line up in a lane.
Alright, Vroom, let's go.
Who enters the portal there?
Right this way, everyone. Line up in a lane.
Oh, it's Picky. I actually forgot about that. I do like that the air portal is formally introduced this episode, because it has been referenced to but never shown.
Right, Vroom, let's
I
go.
mean, formally.
Yeah.
Do those numbers mean anything?
Oh, yes. Thank you. If you put that into a number pad, it says Green Hills.
Oh, that's cool.
Every
That's nice.
every coordinate in Battle for Nothing has meaning to it.
What's the Forgotten Dimension one's meaning?
Black orb.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't think the Panty Dimension one does. It's just similar to the Forgotten Dimension. I should have made it mean something.
Nope, I can't.
You should have made it. You should have made the coordinates pancakes.
I'm not sure if it would be similar to Black Orb though. It wouldn't have been, I don't think. Anyway, so yeah, Hattie has a panic attack because the air portal looks very similar to Portal.
But what about the challenge? No, it's just I didn't expect it to be so familiar.
Pancakes.
Oh, this is a really funny joke. And I will actually, on stream, I'll translate what Panny's saying.
Familiar.
Pancakes. Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. Pancakes. Pancakes.
I didn't.
Yeah, she has no idea what she's saying. But if you watch the newer episodes, you will see, as of episode 5, Panny and TP do actually understand. Or Hattie and T could pick up on it. So yeah. So Panny's basically saying that she understands.
Pancakes, pancakes.
She understands when she went to, like, basically when she was faced with going back to her home dimension, she was scared too, but she's saying that
Pancakes.
if she can do it,
Pancakes.
you can do it. I am a Google Translate.
I didn't. I'm sorry, Panny. I'm not going through.
Pan.
Well, I haven't been to a new dimension in a while. And not this one, ever.
I find it so weird that the enemy's color is purple, but the only remotely purple thing on their team is Pop-Tart. Because when you place them in like a setting like this, where it's like so green, it's like it clashes so much because it's just so much orange and yellow against this like green and blue background.
For us, I have it chicken, so let's get our chips.
Take as many as you need, and 1 shovel for each team. The contest will begin now.
All right, DB, you got an advantage.
Originally, I was gonna have every chip. Oh, okay. Actually, a few things in this scene. Originally, I was gonna have every chip. Someone said this got on their For You page. Cool, very cool. Stick around. So every
Totally.
I was originally
Stick
gonna...
around. Fascinating facts.
Yes, fascinating facts about a show you've probably never watched. So yeah, these chips originally were gonna hang out of every contestant for the entire episode, but I didn't feel like animating it. Also, another fact, it can be inferred that these 4 competitors already put their chips in. You see Dust Bunny's chip falls out earlier, and so do the 3 of them. So you know they have chips in them, you just don't see them putting them in. Penny doesn't have a chip. She's an immortal pan princess being, so she is not affected by the puny hex. That's also why all of her teammates, she's the one to...
Panny is the... Panny is the #1 Disney princess.
Yes, exactly.
So I'll let you take the lead. But this is your last shot. Sure, whatever. The cave entrance is over here.
Well, good thing I poked my head back here in BFN4. Follow me, money.
Hey, wait.
So the people that take the charge this challenge are each competitors that have been to Green Hills before. Fry went in BFN4 and so did So and this episode kind of retcons the fact that they were in BFN4 for probably not that long, you know? Or not BFN. They were in Green Hills probably for not that long. Instead, like, Fry had enough time to, like, search the caves and stuff. But Soap didn't.
Kyle also go to Green Hills in BFN4?
Great, the one time he's useful. Can anyone else be the navigator? Well, Goldie has plenty of extensive cavern knowledge. Oh, yeah, I guess I do.
Fantastic. Now, let's go win this before Bush tries to pin our loss on me.
Yeah, expanding upon that conflict between the two of them about the vote.
Excuse me?
What? You think I don't know? It's clear you voted for me because we threw you overboard.
Well, if I did vote for you, accusing me is certainly not helping your case. Alright, it's not worth it.
Unity really likes pushing people apart like that. She did that with Blocko and Tile in the first episode, and now she's doing it again.
Bushy, come on, let's get a head start.
Maybe she just likes pushing Blocko away from people.
Yeah.
Guys on Tile's team last season?
Maybe. Why?
'Cause
New
it means
epic
what was
lore.
to.
Maybe.
Put on
Yeah.
your,
Any ideas on how to win this thing?
Maybe maybe we could follow Neo? Are you joking, Pot? Look, they have no idea what they're doing. Exactly. The other teams would instantly know we were following them, but trust me, iPod will be none the wiser.
Yeah, iPod and Pot were on a team together last season, so she knows his negligence and stupidity.
Besides, all we have to do yours before they can.
Solid strategy. Let's go, guys.
It seems someone forgot Hattie. I said it seems someone forgot Hattie. Dust Bunny? I just don't want to be here right now.
Given the context that the reason Dust Bunny is the one who caused this magical hex, it makes a lot more sense why she's so scared.
Just a little bit of mass murder.
Yeah.
Or manslaughter, I guess.
Well, it wasn't, as Yarny puts it, it really wasn't her fault. She was trying to do what's best for everyone. What do you mean by lore? Oh,
Now, alright? Yeah, sure, real comforting coming from a leader. I don't get to see you trying to step up to the mantle. Because I know I'm not fit for a leader, but at least I admit it.
So much of this episode is Sam arguing with herself, and it's pretty funny.
Magma, I can't believe the two of them. Speaking out, darling?
Also, all the contestants are darkened because they're in the cave, except Volcano because she's illuminated by her lava.
Seems to be on your mind. You don't see it? Our team is being led by a bunch of incompetent hypocrites. Unfortunately, I know Dust Bunny all too well. Yeah, Cookie too. But recently, the only thing she's cared about is hating her.
And that line really stuck out to Yarny because it is the reason she votes out Cookie in the next episode.
Often, people let their anger cloud their insecurity. It seems Cookie is upset at Dust Bunny's leadership, but is not confident enough to lead herself. And
this also is the first evidence that points to the fact that Yarny is pretty well aware of her team and their struggles and concerns, which is what makes her
and
so
her
fit for a
surroundings.
leader. Yeah.
And her surroundings, apparently.
Despite that,
even though
she's
she is
blind. Well, I mean, because she's been blind for her entire life, she's become accustomed to using her other senses to making out where she is and what to do.
well, she's always been too
Okay,
caught
but
up
how
with
did she
others.
tell that there were? How could she tell that there was a red sky in BFMN 5? Huh?
Volcano said there was a red sky.
Yes, but like the way she's like, I'm sure there are other, and then Volcano like butts in with.
She wasn't gonna
Like,
say
has
red
a
sky.
red sky, right? Which like this. I guess, but I guess that's just a little ignorant on Volcano's part then.
Focus on
Well, she was just interrupting because very overwhelmed.
herself. All right, I guess.
Fair
I just
enough.
don't understand why I'm so mad. Well, it seems as if you were driven by emotion. Though once
This scene is just meant to explain why Volcano went from someone like so frightened, like literally couldn't make coherent sentences, and now she's like a normal character.
fearful, the quarrel of our teammates has brought out who you truly are. Passionate. And though within that passion may reside anger, that anger is most definitely justified. Wow, thanks. It's relieving to know someone else understands.
Yeah, you're telling me. What does relieving mean?
Yeah, TP has said that line every single. If she says a line like that, what does blank mean for episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then I dropped it after that. Comedy's rule of 3.
Coming. Oh, a cheese scribble. I appreciate it, but...
Oh, no.
I don't really have much to say for this scene.
It's
This scene took a long time to
Waving
write,
entrance, hitting on my brother's
and I think that
No.
it ended up really good. Because it's the first... It was referenced before, but it's really the first piece of evidence that these two characters are... that they have a past together.
Oh, Basket! I haven't seen you since,
Limbo? Yeah. What's all this? You know you missed prom, like, 8 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping I could make it up to you, you know?
Whoa, wait. Make it up to you?
And this entire scene is extremely relevant given the context of episode 5.
Relatively, until your husband forced him to stop talking to me, to which he obliged.
What was I supposed to do? He would have beat the snot out of me.
Please, you owned a taser. Wait,
And as I was telling Variety earlier, that line, the please you own a taser, is probably what single-handedly convinced Scribble to pull out his taser during the memory in episode 5. So he does listen to her.
Still don't get it.
And Basket's a hypocrite because she got upset because of it.
Knew each other before Scribble reformed?
To be fair, I guess that could have been, like, given what Basket's saying here, I think she could have meant it in a more defensive position where if you were starting to get beaten up, you did have a taser.
Yeah.
Why?
Not you could have pulled out your taser before you were started to beat up, you know?
Yeah. So that line, that I used to keep a journal of people who upset me, it was just kind of a censored alternative version of what was said in episode 22, where Baggy says that Scribble used to write down in his book the names of people he wanted to kill, and I didn't really want to be so on the nose this time, and I don't think Scribble would be as inclined to admit that. So he just changed it to, I used to keep a book of people who upset me. And that book that he's holding right now later became his spell book.
Terrible idea, by the way. While I was doing everything I could to stay out of people's ways, he was keeping...
Also, for anyone in the audience who would get this reference, that list is sort of like funny character Dan from Dan Versus, if anyone gets that reference.
I remembered you.
But obviously, you know, it's very different actual characters.
So that one line that I'm here to
So
prove...
I just wanted to point out.
Sorry, continue.
No, what I was saying is definitely less important. I was just making a silly little reference to a show.
Alright. That one line, the I'm just here to prove I remembered you, is kind of like... Because everyone forgot about Basket, except literally 2 people, Scribble and Baggy. So Scribble here is trying to tell Basket, like, yeah, I remembered you. Doesn't that prove that I care about you? But as Palma points out in the next episode, no, it doesn't. It just proves that she impacted him. He needs to prove the substantialness of that impact.
I'm done putting everyone else before myself. You hurt me. You let your fear get between us. And I can't forgive you for that. Not yet.
And again, given the context of episode 5, we now know that Scribble has made up for this fear getting in between them. He quite literally overcame it, and they're now both better because of it.
I understand, but just promise me that I can make it up to you someday.
I don't make promises.
And that's the second time she said that.
I'm sorry about her. She's just going through a lot right now. But if it means anything, I can tell you really changed. And I'm sure she can too.
Thanks. I know it'll take some time, but I can wait.
You're trading?
Oh wow, an ad. Yeah, Scribble can wait for a whole year.
Hey, Cigar. I just wanted to say, sorry about punching you in the face. You know, with Baggy and...
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It wasn't a first for me.
Yeah, okay. So that line, not only does that reference what happened in the previous episode, but Cigar saying it wasn't a first for me, you can see he's looking at Corey while he says that, which means that Corey is like canonically an abuser, both emotionally and physically.
What are you on about? He punched you in the face. He can't get away with that.
Which is very in character, and we love her for that. We stand a girl boss.
Yeah, okay.
It was 3 months ago. Besides, 'tis but a scratch. Who cares if it hurts?
Monty
You gotta
Python.
stand your ground. Cement your place as king.
GLC is gone, Corey. There's no need to maintain rule.
What's gotten into you? You haven't been the same since you started hanging out with... Alright, guys. I remember there being a ton of Hexenite this way. Follow me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all Fry. She knew he was a good influence on him.
Didn't get that good of a look here last
Yeah,
time.
one of my
but
favorite
maybe there's some
lines
Hexenite
from...
here.
I
episode
always
4.
plan to include that line. I'll talk about that more in the next stream. But I always wanted to have that line. I knew you were a good influence on him because it's just so funny.
On it.
Oh, thank you dearly for handling the dirty work, Pixter. Would hate to get too scruffy.
Alright, what's your deal, Top Hat? How can someone so pompous be so degenerate?
I most certainly am not.
Top.
Degenerate.
I most certainly am not. You may reserve that foul language for my hack of a sister Hattie.
Enough with
Quite aggressive here, but Top Hat's just generally... I just think that he is being defensive because he doesn't like Soap's accusations.
Hattie. She clearly wants nothing to do with you. Why are you so defiant?
Because she's my sister. Hasn't that ever happened to you? A friend has stabbed you in the back, but at the end of the day, you still do anything for them?
Yeah, I guess I have.
Then clearly I have nothing more to explain.
Yeah, so she remembers Pop-Tart, how he voted her out. And they're still friends. My favorite BFN characters are Dust Bunny, Unity, and Top Hat. Wow, we got Top Hat right here.
Yay! Why, of course, having me as a favorite is quite obviously the correct choice. No surprise I have my fans. Ho ho ho.
And I'm not doing her voice. It's funny, your three favorite characters.
Also,
they're all
I
voiced
just
by different
realized...
people. Huh?
That is funny. Also, I just realized both the characters I voice have not gone up for elimination yet. Both
You just realized that?
Money and Neo have not seen an elimination
You
yet.
just realized that? I thought you would have realized that by now.
I'm shocked myself. I haven't realized it sooner, honestly.
No, you and
I was thinking,
Helion have not gone up for elimination.
I was thinking like, man, I kind of want to voice one of my characters, in a like, oh thank God I'm safe setting,
Yeah.
Let us continue.
Let's hope they go up for elimination soon.
Hope.
Teehee.
A decent portion, but are you positive it's enough to guarantee our safety? Whatever, as long as it's enough to get us home.
Oh, what happened to putting the team's interest over your own?
Trust me, this is all of our interest. It was a very bad idea to come here.
I just don't get how our leader just suddenly felt the need to tell
Again,
us
majority
that.
of this
Alright, you've
episode
got a
is Sam arguing with herself.
Problem? Ever since we teamed up, you've been out to get me.
Look around you. It's not just me, Dust Bunny. You're not a good...
Yeah, backstabbing is crazy. Hattie didn't do that. I mean, like, she just had, like, a traumatic panic attack and taking it pretty personally.
The leader.
Maybe if you tried to contribute or do anything rather than complain, I could be.
Like you're any better. All you've done since we got here was complain.
There it is.
I don't know how Cookie
It's
didn't get voted out. She's the entire reason they lost.
The entire reason they lost this episode.
I joined this show to make a new start. To
As
forget
I
about
pointed out in my
everything-
epic reaction video, that if you just cannot wait for more epic commentary, go watch that. Although I do, it is not for the kiddies though. I will warn you on my channel. It's not for the kiddies.
that had happened here. To forget about that rock that's been tormenting us for the past 8 years.
You could hear the emotion in Sam's voice. She does a very good job.
Rock? What rock?
I feel like Top Hat hasn't gotten that emotional of a scene yet as this. I
Yeah,
mean,
which I want to stretch my vocal range, but
Top Hat hasn't committed accidental genocide yet, so
yeah.
But
Maybe one
is
day.
there
maybe one day we'll have to keep hoping.
Here's hoping.
something you're not telling us? I created the hex. Our village is so unstable.
This wasn't always the plan, but after a while, just knowing who Dust Bunny's character is, I thought that it would make logical sense for her motivation to accidentally create the hex and why she would hold herself against it because of it. Also, you guys in the chat, if you want to be asking more questions, then go ahead. Like, I'm happy to answer.
I found an enchanted
And I
hex
am
tonight.
too. If you have questions about your favorite, I'm trying to think of a fancy word for hat.
Com-
There.
Headwear.
Aha, headwear. Perfect. That is perfect. I'm going to steal the idea and take credit for it like any good entrepreneur.
Yeah, that always. Yeah, I honestly was not expecting. I don't know. I thought that they both had pretty equal chance, Dust Bunny and Cookie. I thought they had pretty equal chance to get eliminated, but I was surprised in the end how large of a margin Dust Bunny lost by, especially considering I would definitely consider it to be Cookie's fault. What if Top Hat and Hattie got into an argument about something really stupid? They kind of have already. Except it wasn't that
They
stupid.
pretty much already have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wished for
it was
everyone's
pretty
just
serious, actually.
Yeah.
Obey.
Yeah, so
But,
this entire
I don't know,
episode...
that could be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just...
This entire episode is dedicated to providing context to why the hell in BFN 4 did everyone just... Did they go to this dimension where everyone had green eyes and was saying welcome to Green Hills? That's what this episode is about. That's what BFMN is about. It's filling in plot holes, creating continuity. It shows that these two characters who appeared very briefly in that scene are from there and have very deep and involved past because of it. And she blames herself for all of it.
You caused all this? You tormented your village for 5 years, and for what?
Yeah, Cookie is so accusatory.
Obedience? Where are they now?
Gone. There were only 6 survivors.
Yeah. So only 6 people survived the hex. Everyone else is dead. So Dust Bunny probably accidentally killed a couple hundred people. I guess that's why she got voted out. But I mean, as Yarny put it wasn't her fault.
A little bit of
guys.
math.
It wasn't her fault. She was doing it for everyone.
Everyone else passed away under the hex. And it was me. Welcome to Green Hills.
What the? Hey!
Pancakes!
Yeah, I don't know why anyone else, why no one else runs. But maybe it's because they were temporarily infatuated by the hex, but Penny, because of her immortal princess powers, was not.
Keep an eye out, Neo.
Penny is such a
I
fun
would,
character
but
because you can
know.
just chalk anything up to immortal princess powers. and it'll be
Exactly,
true
exactly.
And correct and canon and perfect.
Exactly.
Hey, you were right, Pot. Big old dummy completely missed it. What did I tell ya?
iPod's leadership at its finest.
About that, what does this whole alliance thing mean anyway?
Yeah, are we like a different team now?
Well, if we don't help out, we'll
Dust
lose
Bunny has
too.
survival's guilt. Yeah, really. That, and also that she was kind of the reason why a bunch of people died.
So we just have to prioritize us Neos over anyone else.
Then we're not really.
It's like the survivor's guilt of Final Destination, but if the person caused the plane crash.
Yeah. This scene was originally going to be cut, and put in episode 4 instead. But I was like, should we prolong it? This trio needs to be expanded upon. What's their goal? And most importantly, what's their name?
So, if we're not the new electronics organization, what are we?
Well, it's not like we're not. We're just smaller. Like Neo excluding other Neos.
This entire scene is a direct reference to the naming of Neo,
Yeah.
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 with Keycard saying the exact same lines.
Yeah. And Laptop saying semi-same lines. So yeah, this is the unofficial team of Neon, subsect of Neo.
Yeah, that's fine,
Mhm.
as long as someone doesn't turn on us.
I told you, you don't have to worry about me.
Pancakes! 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 Pancakes!
Whoa, slow down, Panny.
That would help.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's pretty funny. That Laptop's like, slow down, and then Keycard is like, would that change anything? And then Laptop's like, yeah, no, you're right.
Wait, you're telling me laptop doesn't have Google Translate?
No, because I'm guessing the Penguage, as it's officially called, is very obscure.
Alright, Panny, you're gonna need someone else who speaks your Penguage.
Pancakes! Pancakes!
And that's when she gets the idea to talk to Mocha and Pop-Tart. The only two people who can understand her.
Well, sorry, but the air portal is closed for Nothingtown residents today. Yep, I got that. Just here to see if Baggy's got him back yet. Oh,
This is a scene I really like between two characters who I don't think I ever conceived beforehand of talking to each other, but it's just so perfect. Because Basket's been through so much that she's able to provide that I guess that experience, or Hattie needs to be told that there are people that care about her, that even though Portal might be gone, she doesn't have to lose all hope of making friends because of it. And Basket's there to tell her, you shouldn't contemplate, trust me, you shouldn't need to contemplate death. Because not only are you young, but you probably have more people who care about you than you think.
Right, you must be Basket. I remember Portal murmuring about you time to time.
Also, that's a
Yeah,
crazy line that Portal murmured about Basket time to time. It's probably, I guess, I'm trying to infer in this scene that because Portal is a machine, I guess even though Basket was basically erased from the timeline, somehow Portal was able to...
Was a machine.
True. Even though Basket was completely erased from the timeline, Portal had some vague memory of Basket that he was able to convey to Hattie.
Heck of a machine. He wasn't just a machine. Ah, you must be Hattie. Yeah, I've heard plenty of things about you. Forced to kill your best friend with your own 2 feet.
I also like that Basket specifies feet because she also has 2 feet.
Wow.
No arms.
Didn't have to bring it up so blatant. Trust me, kid. You haven't had to deal with anything yet. Try living in half limbo for 2 years. I'd probably like that. Maybe then I'd have the chance to see him again.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Let me tell you this. You're way too young to be saying stuff like that. You got a whole life ahead of you, and I'm sure plenty of friends to come. Don't you have some now? What? No, no one could replace... Well, yeah, actually. And I just left them.
Yeah, so Hattie acknowledges Penny and TP as friends for the first time.
Go through there now. I'm just not ready. You know what? You don't have to be. But next time you're sitting alone like this, tell me what you'd rather. The sweet release of Limbo, or the friends who were always there for you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks.
Well, we're definitely piling up. I'd say we could probably start heading back.
Think about it. Without her, maybe we'd still be with
Pancakes.
Very good walk cycle with Penny.
Yeah.
Start heading back.
The only thing that's missing is like the Serpalo. That's like the only thing that's missing.
Yeah.
It's like the table slapping.
Also here, Pop-Tart...
I don't know how good that came through.
Also here, you can't really tell who Pop-Tart's talking about. She says, I mean, think about it. Without her, maybe we'd still be with Soap. So you know it's a her, and you know it's a reason for them splitting up. You could infer that it's Penny, but it could also be Mocha, and it could also be Burrito. That's basically it could be Corey, too. Like there's a lot of different people that it can be. But the point is that...
A lot of hers that split up Pop-Tart between people.
Yeah. Hattie had the biggest glow up from BFN ever, and I love it. Her trio with Penny and TP, and conversation with Basket here, and her sibling drama with Top-Hat, and I hope to see more of that. And Portal. Yeah, I guess with that, we should address Hattie really quick. Because Hattie is a character who, in the last season, she had nothing. She had a hat business and was friends with Portal, and then in episode 8, she basically got out for just being annoying. And yeah, I wanted to do something with her. I really wanted to do something with her because she's a character with so much potential, especially after Portal died. There was so much that could have been done with her. So now she's no longer this annoying character. She's a deeply depressed and upset character because the one person she had ever cared about and who ever cared about her died. But why does she care about this person as much as she does? Why is she so hesitant to establish new friendships? Well, it's because Top-Hat exists. This one character who is literally the bane of Hattie's existence. Everything that she strives to be against. In her eyes, this egotistical, selfish douche who only services to make a profit, and Hattie doesn't want to be that. She wants to earn for herself. And because of that, she's so hesitant to establish new relationships because of how poorly her one with Top Hat and how poorly her one with Portal have ended. So now she has this thing with Portal going on, and she has this thing with Top Hat going on, and then Panny and TP coming around, these two characters who are also characters who have lost. Panny was she was forcefully taken away from her home dimension, and but she still was able to establish new friendships with people like Mocha and Pop-Tart, and then they became so consumed in their hatred for each other that Panny was left to fend for herself. And TP, her father, she was abandoned by her father. Or not by her father. She was split from her father, and then her only friend, Flossie, in essence, betrayed her, and then she got voted out. The three of them are all characters who have been through so much. They've lost so much. And now all they have is each other. And what Hattie needs to come to learn is that she can't let her experience with Top Hat and her experience with Portal stop her from pursuing a relationship with these characters who care about her deeply. And that's what all three of them will come... Well, that's what specifically Hattie learns this episode. Panny and TP kind of don't have any issue with it. But by the end of this episode, they are officially friends. And yeah, I agree. I love their dynamic with each other. It's so fun to write because they're three characters who by all means had no reason to be friends with each other. They had no prior interaction. They just so happened to all stumble onto this team with each other where it was... I
also think they're the only, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were the only three non-newbies of that team.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why they clung together so well. And now it's kind of, you have a team that's majority newbies, and they feel the need to stick together because of it. So technically Top Hat cares for her. Yeah, Top Hat does. Top Hat definitely cares for her. Top Hat's entire thing...
cares about Hattie.
Yeah. Recently, he's been distracted. He's been focusing on the show a bit more. He's trying to prove his worth to his team. But that's going to be addressed in the upcoming episode.
Uh-huh.
At the root of it, though, the entire reason Top Hat joined the show is because he wanted to prove to Hattie that he cares. He just doesn't know how to show he cares. That's the problem here. Yeah, he does care, but he's kind of a jerk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You put it perfectly. You put it perfectly in words I cannot use on air.
And Panny is just like becoming a bit upset with Pop-Tart's, I guess, neglect.
I'll be with pancakes. Panny, what are you doing here? You should be with your team.
Pancakes.
No, I don't want to hear it, Panny. You don't just get to abandon us and then come running back. Not everything can be about you.
Pancakes.
So this highlights an aspect of Pop-Tart's character that I really like. And it's Pop-Tart is a very, very morally righteous person. So it's like the opposite of the newbie alliance, TP, Hattie, and Panny. Yeah, true. The oldie alliance. So Pop-Tart is a very morally righteous character. And this is seen many, many times. In the last season, he has such a big conflict with Mocha because she's unjustly accusing Kano of these things, and that's why he gets as upset as he does. And then he votes out Soap, even though she's his friend, because he thinks that the game is getting to her head and she's not being nice. And then, in this season, plenty of things have happened. He fights Cheez-It in the first episode, and Corey, because they're both just fighting for leadership when they have no idea what they're doing. And then now, in this scene, he's upset at Panny because he thinks that in a morally just world, Panny abandoned Mocha and Pop-Tart. He doesn't really see that. And because of that, he thinks that Penny has absolutely no right to come running back and ask for Pop-Tart's help for whatever reason. He doesn't know the severity of the situation, but still. And then Pop-Tart's moral righteousness comes up again in the next episode. He is defiant to tell Cigar that Corey cheated on him, because in his eyes it is not fair if he doesn't know. He needs to, even if it risks losing the challenge. So Pop-Tart's morality sometimes acts as a detriment to himself and his team. Yeah.
Hey, you're here early.
And we said we weren't gonna pause that much.
We have time. I wasn't going to pause that much because I was planning on getting through 4 episodes, but now that we're ending it off at this one. So Pencil Grip, Icicle, and Flossie not in an alliance. So that's actually a very good question. Pencil Grip and Icicle are friends. And Icicle is okay with Flossie. Pencil Grip, we don't know how he is with Flossie because they kind of had a rivalry going on in the last season. So they're not in alliance. Icicle and Pencil Grip are definitely friends, and then Flossie and Icicle are chill, and then we don't know Pencil Grip and Flossie. So it's definitely not an alliance. They're just, I guess outside of Icicle and Pencil Grip, they just kind of tolerate each other.
Don't think it's gonna work out right now. Well, who says you don't have to wait? This magic act has everyone in a tizzy. Maybe some time away on the island is just what you need. Yeah, maybe you're right.
And that was the line I added to show that. Oh, and here, that's a kind of a visual detail, but that was the line I added to show that Scribble's staying on the island. And this shows that Pop-Tart is either upset or regretful regarding Panny.
Wow, we got out of there quickly.
Yep, and we got a whole stack of gems coming your way, Baggy.
Impressive. The enemies are the first team safe. Crocky, we still haven't found any jewels. I gotta put these muscles to use. Right, let's be glad we haven't found any yet.
Dude, I gotta introduce you to my alliance sometime.
So yeah, the Soap and Pencil Grip. The alliance is something that hasn't been talked about in recent episodes, but it will become increasingly relevant as the series progresses.
Like, trust me, Grip. All alliances have ever, done is, cause me, trouble.
Pancakes? Oh, I'm sure she didn't mean you, Panny. You're irreplaceable.
And I find that a very funny line, considering that Burrito, in essence, completely replaced Panny in terms of her relationship with Mocha.
Pancakes!
Wow, you're really making headway, Goldie. Thanks. I'd say we have enough to be safe.
Pancakes! Pancakes! Pancakes!
Whoa, sorry, Panny, but I don't think any of us can understand you. Pancakes?
Pancakes!
So Goldie can't speak the Penguich fluently like Mocha or Pop-Tart or Hattie or TP can. He's just because he explains as he's going to explain.
I don't even know if Hattie and TP can.
They can't. They definitely can't speak it. Goldie. The reason Goldie, he says multidimensional diplomatic relationships. It's just meant to say that because he was the Queen's servant, he kind of had to learn some languages. So to delegate multinational or multidimensional relationships. It's like he's like a translator for the Queen. That's why he's able to speak the Penguich. But yeah. TP and you're right. TP and Hattie can't speak it. They can understand it enough just because they've been around Panny enough. But of the 5 people we know, I guess not. I'm not going to include Maggie in this because she's not in the show anymore. But of the 5 people we know who can understand Panny, Goldie's probably the worst at it because the other 4 learned from being around Panny for long enough. Well, it's very concerning for Mocha to view Burrito as a pet. Yeah, that is true because. Although Mocha didn't see it that way, Pop-Tart kind of saw her Panny and Mocha's relationship as very pet owner which is why he felt so compelled not to have Panny be with Mocha.
Pancakes!
Panny and Mocha and Pop-Tart's relationship is very interesting on its own.
Pancakes!
Oh, my queen.
Oh, also, I'm not translating what Panny says because I just think it's very interesting that she stamps her feet on the floor and Like what is that supposed to mean?
Stand pancakes.
Pancakes! 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 Pancakes!
I think personally my thought would be that Panny is referring to the fact that Cookie pushed like Dust Bunny and that made the chip fall out.
Maybe.
My queen, Vroom lost their chips.
That's
They've
what
been
I'd assume
overtaken by the
Panny is
hex.
talking about
You
when
can
she
understand
stamps her feet
How
there.
Multi-dimensional
Yeah.
diplomatic relationships. Pancakes.
Pancakes!
Yeah, Goldie doesn't know Panny that well, so we know, and everyone else knows, that Panny can understand English. Did Mocha feed Panny with a dog pole? Yeah. Alright, she did. That's canon now. That's really funny. So no, Goldie doesn't know Panny that well. So,
Character because Mocha is a horrible character.
yeah. Goldie doesn't know Panny that well, so he doesn't know that you can just talk to Panny in English and she'll understand. Again, why Goldie's probably the most inexperienced regarding the language.
Pancakes!
Come on, guys, let's hurry.
Are you alright?
Okay, and this is the scene that I was talking to Variety about earlier. But originally, Pot wasn't going to have a talk with anyone. Originally, Pot was going to just, you know, accept of her own volition that allying with Googly Eye would be the best play. But in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't really make that much sense. Why would she be so quick to trust Googly Eye? Which is why I think this conversation with Glassy was so necessary. Originally, it wasn't going to be with Glassy. It was going to be with Keycard, of all people. And I'm not going to tell you why. But it would have been really weird. I didn't like the scene. It didn't sound like Keycard. And it wasn't really necessary. But I think that Glassy provides the proper insight that Pot needs to make the rational decision that she does. She can't be compelled by her emotions or her history with Cork to dictate the decision. It should be solely up to what she thinks the best play is. Because now that her friends are gone, Pot has to start playing the game a lot more strategically.
Challenge! Is it about Cork?
I guess so. Have you ever been offered something before that goes completely against everything you stand for, but at the same time feels so natural?
Well, when Coffee and I were offered to move to the BFN island, we were pretty hesitant. It was a big change for sure, but a welcome one.
Are you saying I should do it?
I'm saying to use your instinct. Do what Pot wants to do.
Huh, if that's the
This
case...
is a very good relationship, these two characters. And it doesn't really come up again.
Where should I start? I mean,
Yet.
Well, technically it comes up in BFMN 4 when like very briefly like Pot and Glassy like half interact.
Yeah.
And by that I mean Pot falls into Glassy and then Glassy, you know what happens.
Yeah. Pot and Googly Eye are like Microphone and Taco. They're similar, but not really, because it's not like Googly Eye is providing Pot insight as to progress, as to how to progress the game farther.
If anything, it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's Pot needs a purpose. She needs a reason to continue competing in the game, and collecting information and giving it to Googly Eye, even though she doesn't know what reason it is for, it gives her some purpose, which is what she needs right now more than anything. So, you thought Pot was male? Yeah, she's a girl. Yeah, you keep forgetting Pop-Tart is also male? Yeah, he is male. Mocha's the type of Galar to forcefully feed you soap, calling it cheese. I don't know what that means.
Hey, have you been eavesdropping on us?
And once again, Keycard clutches up for
I don't
his
know what that
team.
means either. I wanted to read that one out, but I don't know what it means.
Perhaps.
I think we've just been passing them.
Yeah, our findings are our own.
Yay,
Get
it's
some
the line I
yourself.
have. Isn't that awesome?
I have deduced that you are carrying approximately 43 pieces of hexanite, meaning splitting your earnings halfway would render both of our teams safe. Right, and what's in it for us? We won't tell Baggy you guys cheated.
So
here's our
technically they
stock
didn't
bag.
cheat, right? Like, they didn't steal any, they just took advantage of iPod's negligence. But it's still enough to convince them.
Tell Baggy you guys cheated.
I
Here's
mean,
our
I wouldn't
stock
take that
robot.
risk either.
And ours, it just so happens to be the same
Yeah,
weight.
true.
Well, in contrast to last episode, Neo and are both safe, leaving it to the Gold Diggers.
Is Reverse Pencil canonically in limbo? Reverse Pencil was actually going to make a brief appearance. He wasn't going to have a speaking role, but he was going to appear just to establish that Reverse Pencil is still a character. But, you know, the role that he would have had in the series has been consumed by Keycard.
Reverse Pencil would have appeared in the...
What?
Yeah. Reverse Pencil would have appeared in the green screen dimension.
No.
For not having his role fulfilled.
For now, though, because that scene was scrapped, I will say that Reverse Pencil is just a non-character. Like, he's out there.
Crazy.
He not in the green screen dimension. He's out there somewhere, but not of any importance.
Room and money.
Welcome to Green Hills.
Jeez, I feel lost.
Oh, it's a saying in my country, basically calling someone very gullible to the point where you can sell someone's soap for cheese. That's interesting.
Welcome, all right. Oh boy, what are we gonna do?
Same thing we always do, Bushy. Retract. Hump.
Yeah, so that scene confirms that all the times where Bush lost his limbs was just because he was retracting it into his body, rather than what Brick says in episode 3, that he can change from a bush to an object on command. It's not actually what's happening, he's just retracting his limbs.
Boy, what are we gonna do?
Same thing we always do, Bushy. Retract. Hump.
Alright, round up the chips, Panty.
Pancakes.
The Gold Diggers are very nice to help Panny. They really did not have to.
They fold like paper.
Welcome to. What happened?
Good, you're all okay.
Yeah, I've been through worse. Did we lose the challenge yet?
Nah, your oars are still over there.
Yeah, and money
I
sucks.
mean, to be fair.
Whoa, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, to be fair, as I think Brick points out, once they leave them, they're like, we already helped you, isn't that enough? So like they didn't do any more than just help them, which I think was the morally correct thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or am
yeah.
I making no sense?
No, you do make sense. They did as much as they could without losing the challenge. Soap, yeah. Money just straight up cheats. They're so bad at the challenge that they just cheat, and that's really funny to me. All the removed BFMN characters reside in the green screen dimension.
And of course, Top
chainsaw.
Hat is gloating.
Yeah.
Thanks for the gems, rejects.
Top Hat calls them rejects. He calls Vroom rejects because he and Picky were both rejected from the team.
Ta-ta!
Hey!
Oh, that's
Hey,
cool.
we already
I didn't
helped
notice
you.
that.
Isn't that enough?
Also, yeah,
Wait,
Top
hold
Hat
on,
is...
are you sure that was intentional? Because I could have sworn.
Thanks for the gem.
Huh?
I could have sworn. Oh, it was either this or a different line that you added mid-recording.
It wasn't this one. Yeah, no, this one this one was intentional. Him calling them rejects.
Anyway, back to what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Top Hat is the reason that Hattie's team loses. I mean, she's not there, so he probably forgot that she's on the team. I just think that's funny.
Rejects. Ta-ta!
Hey!
Hey, we already helped you. Isn't that enough?
Really, Cottontail? Giving up so soon? Are you
I like the nicknames Cookie has for Dust Bunny.
kidding me, Cookie?
Do you have any idea what we just had to re-endure?
Yeah, I do. Life's tough, Dust Bunny, alright? Volcano and I learned that after the Black Orbs raid. You said it yourself. You joined this show to forget. So forget already and lead your team.
Cookie's genuinely trying to be helpful in this scene, but she comes off as very aggressive and accusatory.
It's not worth it, Cookie. We lost.
And I guess I was right. You really did abandon ship.
I feel like the use of you really did abandon ship was not necessary here, honestly.
I like
it
it.
feels a bit like, and yeah, it's good, but it feels like, stop ragging on one mistake made in the first episode,
I mean, it kind of...
Although I guess that's
it's
Cookie's
the,
entire thing.
Yeah, it's the
rag-
thing that started
but,
this entire thing. So, were there other scrap characters besides the first pencil?
I'm not saying it was a bad
Chainsaw.
choice. I'm just...
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. How does Top Hat walk with one arm? He's really good at walking. Penny, use your speed walk? I mean, she's not...
in my heyday. Put simply, I did gymnastics in my heyday. Ho, ho, ho. I failed every class, but I did do them.
That's crazy.
There, that's my canonical reasoning.
Yeah, what Coffee does. Yeah, Top Hat and Coffee are like... Are they the only... I guess Wooly can't walk yet. And Keycard floats. So I think they're the only contestants that walk with two arms.
Money takes the win.
And looks like we do too.
Right on the money, Money. You and the Gold Diggers are safe, leaving room up for elimination.
Yep.
I find it very ironic that the team with the only people from Green Hills loses. And I think it was very important to have Hattie come through at the very end. Because it shows that she is finally ready to put past, not completely stop mourning him, but put past her struggles with blaming herself for Portal and be able to make new friendships. So why does Cookie have chocolate chips on her front and her back? I don't know. She's a well-made chocolate chip cookie.
Well, look what the hat dragged in.
I love that line. Look what the hat dragged in. So if Cookie wanted Dust Bunny to lead, why can't she just attempt to lead herself? So that's the exact point. That's why the conflict between the two of them, in my opinion, is as good as it is. Because Cookie's right. Dust Bunny's a terrible leader. But she's not confident enough to lead. And that's her inherent character flaw, is that she's a complainer, but she doesn't actively do anything about it. And Dust Bunny thinks she knows best when she doesn't. That's their flaws. That's their major flaws, and that's why they conflict as much as they do.
I get it. I'm sorry for leaving you guys. I just hope we could still be friends.
Yeah, and they're all friends now.
Well. Got anything to say for yourself?
So I thought I could end this episode off with maybe a nice little bit.
Got anything to say for
Maybe they come to some common ground. Maybe there's a nice ending.
yourself?
I hate you.
No, I went for the funny.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square
And
brackets.
this is the first time that I do not do the outro. Because Sam did so much this episode. In fact, 4 of her characters lost. That I was like, why don't you do it? And then, of course, Variety ended up doing it in episode 4. And then Helion ended up doing it in episode 5. And now we'll see who does it in episode 6. Maybe it'll be Bacon. Ooh.
Under who you think deserves to be
Honestly,
eliminated.
that's
Whoever
the
gets
next
votes will
most
leave the
logical
show.
step to go from there. To just have Bacon do one.
Maybe I'll just start having people from the community do the vote in the comments. Would you guys like that? I know it's going to take you a little bit to hear this part of the video, but when you do, tell me if you'd like to do if you'd like to record a line for the outro, and maybe I'll start doing that for the rest of the episodes. Also, in episode 3, I was tempted on whether or not I would. Oh yeah, W for what's his name? Plonko.
Plonko, I think.
Plonko. W for Plonko, guys. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was tempted on whether to go back to the episode 1 outro music or continue to use the Homeland Advantage.
It was Plorko.
Plorko. W for Plorko. W for Plorko. Here, I'll type in the chat right now. Respect for Plurko. The contestant with the most votes is eliminated. Now get out of my house. Actually, I'll show it on.
That was the original.
I want to show you guys something really quick. Yeah, I'll show both yours and Sam's. Both Variety and Sam did an alternative take of the outro, and they're both quite funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm the get out of the house. The get out of my house is what I did, which I don't know if that was an intentional reference, and if it was, then thank you for watching, dear viewer.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square bracketed show. In the comments.
Yeah. So here's the. Here. Ooh. How do I? Oh, it was actually playing in the background. I didn't realize that. So yeah, I could just play it without having to switch my stream. So this was Sam's original recording.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
That's actually an alternative version. I ended up going with this one.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets.
No, I didn't. This is another alternative version. I think it was the third one I ended up
It's
using.
under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
Yeah, so this is the version I did.
Vote in the comments
Yeah.
using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
And then she did one more take at the very end.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under which traumatized contestant you think deserves a break. Whoever gets votes will get that break.
And it is very funny. It is very, very funny. I didn't end up going with it, though, even though it would have been funny. Let's play varieties. If I can find it.
Vote in the comments.
Oh, no, that's Sam again. Here.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to leave the show. You know stuff. Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show. Now please get out of my house.
Yeah, there it is.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
Yeah. And then I'll play Helions too for the heck of it, because who cares?
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets under who you think deserves to be eliminated. Whoever gets the most votes will leave the show.
Guys, it's Bacon in the chat. It's Bacon in the chat. It's famous Bacon from the most recent episode. Let's just play that clip real quick. I know we're not gonna do the episode today, but
My arch nemesis hath arrived.
yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, he's in the call. I didn't realize. Bacon, we're not gonna go over BFM.
Yeah, that was me.
We're not gonna go over BFM in 5 today. But when we do, I'll page you.
That's fair. It only came out yesterday.
I will play the clip though.
Looks like we got a little
Lovely.
boxer messing up our prey.
That's crazy.
Lovely.
All right, let's finish up episode 3 in the after credits scene.
So many fans.
I feel like we're gonna need another couch. Oh,
Dude,
hey,
my
ladies,
desk is
I
like
hope
half
you
broken
enjoyed
right now, and I'm currently
Scribble.
trying to
Damn,
repair it
you're magical.
midstream.
Who else do you know is?
Whoa, besides from the Black Orb, no one. I mean, why?
Because I've almost got it all figured out. Haven't you ever wondered how Scribble came back? How the camera crew returned? How the Black Orb revived?
Dude, what? What are you saying?
Listen to me, Baggy. There's someone out there who knows exactly what they need to do to maintain their power. I don't know how or why, but he knows.
All right,
I
man,
wonder what
that's
he's
enough.
talking about.
I think you just gotta lie down, all right?
Yeah, all right. I'm just
Well, we'll never know.
overreacting.
That's a weird ass image. Oh, I swore. Whoops. And there's no outro music this episode. All right, so I don't know. Maybe on Tuesday, on the actual Battle for Nothing birthday, we'll go over episode 4 and 5. But for today, I think we're gonna put an end to the stream. I'll probably rename this stream so it says part 1. Yeah. Because yeah, I've been hours, and I think if I spoke anymore, I would lose all hope to work on a Battle for Nothing episode again. So, this is, I guess, a goodbye for the time being. I don't want to give any proper goodbyes yet, because I want to do another stream soon, just so we could finish off the season. I mean, what is left of the season so far. But this was great, guys. We had a total of 300 viewers throughout the stream, so I think that's pretty chill. I appreciate all of you for coming. I think it's insane that it's been 5 years of Battle for Nothing.
5 entire years.
5 entire years, which means there's been 6 July 23rds. As of Tuesday, there will be 6 July 23rds for which Battle for Nothing has existed. And I think that's great.
This is Unk status. Unk status.
Unk status. I think that I've put a lot of effort into the show. I hope it shows. I try and up myself every episode.
To the 5 viewers. Thank you.
To the 5 viewers. I appreciate you all. Happy birthday, Battle for Nothing. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon, I promise. You guys want to give your final words, Bacon and Variety, my 2 voice actors?
Variety, you can go first.
Sure. Sorry, I'm fixing my desk right now. My final words of this stream will be that, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find it in the description of every Battle for Nothing video, and I also have a totally epic video giving my commentary and live reaction to Battle for Nothing 4. Wow, that's so crazy. Someone should subscribe to that channel or something, lol. Anyway, I'm done plugging. You can do whatever you want now.
I would like to say that this community is very, very special to Spike, and it's very awesome.
Thank you, Bacon.
Awesome sauce, you know.
Thank you.
I do not have a plug because I'm lazy. Straight.
Yeah. I like the Jackbox idea again. I guess before I go, so I will be doing that soon. I think that would be a lot of fun. But until
Jackbox mentioned.
Yeah. But until then, guys, thank you for coming, and I'll see you soon again. Let's have a happy 5 years of Battle for Nothing, and hopefully another 5 more to come.
Woo!
Probably not. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing this for that much longer. I gotta be honest. Thank you.
Feel free to talk more in the Discord. You know, activity is good. We cherish it.
Yeah, thank you, Bacon.
Yeah. Also, remember, Among Us. It's real, and it's coming for you.
Oh yeah, speaking of Among Us, look out for the Among Uses in the episodes. There's one. I told you, there's one in every episode. There's a hidden one. So go look for it. Alright.
Okay, right.
Goodbye, guys. Happy birthday, me, or the show.
Happy birthday, Battle for Nothing. 5 years.